Hi and welcome back to Krinx TV, where it's Halloween every single day.
Except when it's not.
If you're new here, I'm Minx.
And I'm Chrism.
And today we are playing The Last Door, Season 2.
Oh, so spooky. Look at those faces.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god. If I was in a cult, right, and I had to make masks for everyone, I'd probably make them less spooky because people are going to judge us. And we want them to join the cult, not like, you know, be scared.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a sponsored playthrough from our Patreon supporter, Subrupt. Thank you again, Subrupt, for being an amazing nomkin and sponsoring these Last Door videos. We really appreciate you. And if you would like to sponsor a playthrough, the tier is now currently available. Consider going to our Patreon and pledging so you can have us play a game for you. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Anyway, time to begin. Let's click on New Game. Previously on The Last Door. Jeremiah DeWitt, alerted by a mysterious letter of his friend Anthony Beechworth, went in search for the memories of his past that he had lost. DeWitt discovered that in school he had taken part in a strange experiment. Its goal was to peek through the veil, the thin line between common reality and the world of horror and madness that lies beyond, under the watch of the Eye of the Bird. During his search, he was inoculated with the drug they had used back then. The serum made DeWitt's mind travel for a few hours to the dreamlike realm of the Vale. There, he met his old classmate Alexander Dupree, who urged DeWitt to join his cause and cross with him to the realm of the bird. When DeWitt woke up from his trance, he found himself deeply convinced by his friend's word. He travelled to Dupree's house, where he discovered his friend had dosed himself with a new serum, leaving a catatonic body behind. The new drug was capable of transporting the mind permanently to the Vale and beyond. Finally, DeWitt found a vial of the serum and had it injected. He met his friend again in the Vale, and together they walked through the last door, entering a world forbidden to human eyes. DeWitt's therapist, Dr. John Wakefield, worried by his patient's disappearance and strange visions, had sought the help of his colleague professor, Johann Kaufman, an expert in the occult. Searching Anthony Beechworth's house, Wakefield and Kaufman found a disturbing returned letter, in which Anthony had tried to warn Alexander Dupree of what could happen if the door was opened. He feared something from the side might come to ours. Are we the baddies? They are coming. By the way, I didn't take any of that away from the previous chapter's game, by the way.
I got a little bit of it.
Okay, we're an old lady. None of us could prepare for this. The visions and screaming were merely a warning. And now, it is too late. What am I doing?
You're boarding up the windows.
But why?
Because you're going to do some spooky things.
They are coming. We'll watch the intro for one episode, but then after that, we'll skip these again. I do like this, it makes it feel like an anime.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say anime myself, but I do still think it's very cinematic considering the art style and limitations.
It's because I only ever watch the openings on anime. That little face, oh my god. Last night I had the nightmare again, but this time it was different. This time he talked to me.
Who are we now?
I don't actually know.
That's kind of the one bad thing. Oh, babe.
I walked aimlessly as if I were lost. It's really fast. Then I could hear it, the broken tromping on the wet cobblestones, the familiar sound of approaching limping footsteps.
That's spooky.
Then, as before, he stood in front of me, gazing unrelentlessly, like he was expecting something. This time he spoke. Give me back what he took. Nothing else. Give me back what he took. No, I've fallen asleep again. What time is it?
1:30 Freckle.
Dawn already. It is time. Okay. It was several months since Kaufman and I had found that mysterious letter with the doctor in Anthony Beechworth's house. A letter never sent with a cryptic warning of what would happen if a certain door were opened. It bore only the name of the addressee, Alexander Dupree. We felt sure Dupree was key to finding my patient and friend Jeremiah DeVitt, who had disappeared in such strange circumstances, troubled by the death of his friend Anthony. DeVitt had visited the school of his childhood and had never been seen again. Kaufman soon conveyed to me his deep concerns and warned that I should conduct any investigations with the utmost discretion. He pursued his own research. Though his thoughts and methods remained a secret, in his last letter he requested that I visit East Hill Lunatic Asylum in London. There were reasons to believe that Alexander had been institutionalized there for many years. I was asked to confirm this hypothesis, and, if proved correct, to gather whatever other information might arise.
So you know how horses have horseshoes?
Yes.
Who thought of that, do you think? When did they think about, hey, I should nail a bunch of metal into my horses?
The horses were like, I want outside Pete's too. And then the humans were like, well, your feet are already outside Pete's because you're already outside. And they're like, no. Outside Pete's place. Season 2, Episode 1 is The Playwright. So this is the East Hill Lunatic Asylum. I hope I can find information on Alexander Dupree here. I mean, their bodies are still going to be in this world. Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss the news in town. I feel like the visuals are slightly better already. Maybe not.
They look exactly the same to me, I'm not even gonna lie.
Good morning. Ah, yes, a lovely morning. Sunlight of quite fascinating character. I beg your pardon? The light. It makes everything look different, you see. Light touches things, soaks into them, and changes their nature. It makes them shimmer, or makes them die. So, do you live here in the hospital? I do indeed. My family is a generous benefactor to East Hill. They had me committed, but I don't blame them. They're just incapable of appreciating my art. Or any art, for that matter. They mistake it for, insanity. So, what are you drawing? I'm not just drawing, my friend. I'm trying to feel the light, to translate its power to the surface of the paper. Those animals don't like it, though. They don't want me to succeed, so they take them away. They take my drawings and they study them and they laugh, because my eyes can see the light and theirs are blind. But someday everyone will understand. Who are they, the ones who take your art away? Those foolish caretakers. They hide behind a big mirror, where they think themselves safe, and they look at me. They observe me. They even take notes. Does he mean like a two-way mirror?
Yes, dear.
Do you know a man named Alexander Dupree? My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm looking for a man who lived here some time ago. Would you happen to know one Alexander Dupree? The name does not ring a bell. I have not been here long, though. You should ask the other patients. They may be able to help you. Some have been here for many years. Or you could ask one of the others, the brutes who keep us here. Okay, so this one. Would you happen to know where your drawings are now? Well, I suspect they're somewhere in the archive, since I've seen confiscated items taken there before. You seem different from the rest. Can I trust you? I've been trying to sneak in for days now, but Mrs. Riswell keeps a tight guard on the door. I even stole a key from one of those guards. You're a doctor. Surely you could gain entry. If you could recover my drawings, I'd be so grateful. Here, take the key with you. Alright, we didn't agree to anything, and we got a free key. Hell yeah. Have a nice day.
I feel like, perhaps, and this is crazy, You shouldn't necessarily put your trust in someone you met 5 seconds ago.
Oh, this door is locked. What? How do we go into the asylum, Bubba?
Not through this way, I guess.
Yeah, that door is unopenable. Maybe... Oh, maybe here? There's some big stairs, I think. See?
That looks more like a front door.
Yeah. Hello? Good morning, madame. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm a psychiatrist. Oh my, good morning. Forgive my manners. I get so excited when we have visitors. We don't get many these days, and certainly we're lacking experts like you. What do you mean, you lack experts? Every year we get less funding from the Crown. First the doctors started to leave, then it was the caretakers. Now, very few remain. But we have a responsibility to our poor patients, do we not? We must care for them. They cannot be out living with proper people. We must keep ourselves safe. And our patients too, of course. I'm looking for a man who used to be a patient here a few years ago. His name is Alexander Dupree. Do you perchance even meet him? Alexander Dupree? Yes, he was the one with a foreign name. I remember something of him. A good man, if I recall correctly. An educated man. But there was something strange about him, wasn't there? I believe it scared some of the other patients. You never know with this lot. I'm sure they can't remember much. There have been so many people here, it's hard to keep track. Have you worked here for long? Yes, a long time. I can scarcely remember how many years. Time goes slowly in here in the isolation. The rules don't allow us to leave. I don't know what is happening in the world anymore. But we have our duty, do we not? Who else would care for our patients? May I request access to the Institute's archives? There should be some information there about the man I'm looking for, Mr. Dupree. I'm sorry, Doctor, but the archives are private. We must not allow anyone to access them without proper authority. Many of our patients come from good families, you see, and we take great care to respect their privacy. But do not look so crestfallen. You would not find much in any case. It's been a long time since they've been organised. Alright, okay.
So then just let me go.
What's up here?
Here's a tuppence, buy yourself something shiny and let me into the archives, please, thank you.
Tuppence. There must be a recreational wing where patients relax and pass their time. Perhaps here I can find someone who met Alexander Dupree while he was institutionalised.
I think that lady is the one from the opening.
This one here?
Yeah.
Good morning, madam. My name is Wakefield. I'm looking for a former patient of this institution. The rumbling. She doesn't seem to have noticed me. How long have you been living here for? The rumbling. I'm looking for a former patient of this hospital. You may have met him. An eyeless gaze. I'm looking for a man called Alexander Dupree.
Oh, she's not happy with that.
What a strong reaction upon hearing Mr. Dupree's name. She must have at least met him. How can I get her to talk to me? Well, apparently at the moment, we don't know.
Well, you could talk to the person who was like, oh, it's dead, it's fine.
Dear.
Dead, lady.
Good morning, I'm psychiatrist Dr. Wakefield. Quite an impressive institution you have here. Can I ask for your assistance? I'm looking for a former patient at the institution. His name is Dupree. I'm sorry, sir. I've never heard that name before. Maybe one of your senior colleagues could somehow know something about this former patient? Well, you could ask Miss Riswell in the entrance hall. She's been here for years, maybe for too long. We know we caretakers live here with the patients, and we are not allowed to leave the asylum's premises. This life can get to you if you don't take proper care. I try and keep as much distance as possible from the lunatics. Well...
Why work here, then?
Money.
I mean...
Place over your head.
Yeah, I guess so.
The asylum's quite big, but I can't help noticing there aren't many patients around. Well, apart from those in the isolation ward, it is true there are not many patients at present, but there are even fewer of us caretakers now. We're only 3 for the whole hospital. For what I've been told, in the old times, the income was enough to provide for everything we needed. A complete staff, proper accommodation for the patients and the best doctors. But as the newer, bigger and regional asylums were built, the Crown's support was gradually withdrawn from East Hill. Soon everyone started leaving, and this is what remains. Jesus. Well, thank you in any case. I will leave you to work in peace. A man wearing a worn-out military uniform, lost in God knows what thoughts. Oh, we can't talk to him. Oh, we can, actually. Excuse me, sir. I couldn't help but notice your uniform. Were you in the army? Leave me alone. You don't want to talk to a coward such as myself. Okay.
Oh, I think the magnifying glass, we can, like, investigate the details of things before we talk to them or interact.
Oh, Oh, this is the two-way mirror.
Hello.
It's kind of creepy, actually, right?
It is very spooky.
Anyway, what do we have here? A glass jar full of transparent liquid that may or not be water. There's a coin resting at the bottom.
Okay. I wouldn't put my fingies in there.
Okay. Well, we took the coin. There is a thin piece of metal holding the window open. Let's take that too. Oh.
Oh. Hi.
Dark as the room is now, I can see through this false mirror. There is a man outside, heavily restrained, desperately trying to free himself. He has an expression of unbearable horror on his face.
Just open up the window again. Just like, we're just gonna forget about that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. That's fine.
You know how you mentioned, like, tuppence would help?
Yeah.
Well, we have tuppence now.
I mean, I guess so.
Well, it actually is going to be helpful. Feed the birds, tuppence a bake.
We gotta find
£500 a bake.
We gotta find a...
We gotta pay this boy.
Oh. Here you go.
I would like a newspaper. Sixpence, is it? Sorry, sixpence. Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Oh, we got a newspaper now.
We're so stingy. We couldn't use our own money for that.
We're a poor doctor. We have no funds. Despite the fact we're gallivanting around the country trying to find out about some guy.
In a silk suit.
Why, thank you kindly. How thoughtful you are. So she's happy now because she was, like, complaining she didn't know about the outside world. And now she won't stop us as we sneaky sneak.
Wow. Some grade A security there.
Distracted by a newspaper. This is the hospital archive where a record of each patient must be stored. If Mr. Dupree was really commented at East Hill, his file should be here somewhere. The drawers are all locked. Well, can we use the key our new friend gave us? Let's open this over here. Some personal effects probably sent in by patients' families but deemed unsafe by the caretakers. One of them is a stack of thick sheets of paper carelessly bound together, bearing the drawings and paintings of a troubled mind. Okay, so we have that guy's things. What else do we have in here?
Stuff and tings and stuff. So many.
It's been a long time since the desk was last used. It's covered in discarded papers and pens and a noticeable layer of dust. Well, it's not that exciting. Is there anything else in here? There must be. There's got to be something to do with the actual case, right? Only a couple of pictures in their frames. The cabinet contains many documents detailing the treatments of patients ranging from 2 decades ago to last year. The file is right here. Dupree, Alexander, room 108A. All the files are missing, as if they've been torn out. Only a little piece of paper remains with the address run on it. Paul Street, 26. Could that be where Alexander Dupree lived before he was committed to this hospital, Paul Street? I should follow this new lead and see if it takes me somewhere useful. I should, but before I do that, we're actually just going to stay at East Hill, I'm going to be honest with you, because I want to go and give the guys drawings. Fair?
Fair.
I'm not sure we should be enabling somebody who's clearly quite deranged, but... you know.
I mean, you just said he wanted to draw the pretty pictures.
I mean, he did say the pictures were going to engulf the world in a beam of light or something as well.
No, he didn't.
He says something to that effect. Some weird shit. Hey, are these your drawings? What voice did I do for this guy?
Kinda
Great
Irish.
wonder. They're back. Someday they'll understand light and shape as I understand them. Thank you, friend. If you want, take these cardboard sheets. Thanks to you, I've no need of them. Okay. A few cardboard sheets lie on the bench. Each shows a perfectly symmetrical design in black ink. Oh, it's their Rorschach test.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, anyway, let's go and fast travel. So now, in this game, by the way, unlike the others, there's multiple locations per chapter. And you have to travel between them using the carriage. Because we're apparently rich enough to have one, I guess, so... This looks like a nice place. It doesn't look like a nice place.
No, it looks kind of bum, actually.
The ruins of an old chapel apparently destroyed by fire. What's that? You're really enjoying this playthrough? Picked and sponsored by our Patreon supporters abrupt? And you are like, wow, I'd love to sponsor a playthrough too. Well, you can. We're currently taking bookings for playthroughs for March. Go to our Patreon, look at the tier, and if you need to, slide into my DMs over there or on Discord. If you have any questions, just slip in there smooth and I will answer anything you like regarding that subject. I would love to hear from you, and we want to thank everyone who took a sponsored playthrough in the last year. It's really helped us out in terms of keeping this channel going, and it helps you see the games that you want to do when you want, because you skip the polls on Patreon and you just get us to play the game. Oh my god. Consider taking that March slot, and I look forward to hearing, hopefully, from some of you. Link in the description. I also want to shout out our producer Alice while I'm here. Thank you, of course, Alice, for the usual amazing support you bring us all the time. You're phenomenal. We know you're phenomenal. And I really, really appreciate everything you do for us. Anyway, guys, 1 sub is needed at the time of recording this. Just 1 to hit our Patreon goal. Oh my god. If you want to see Sanitarium, the legendary point-and-click game, then make sure you hit the link in the subscription. Even if you can't afford the $300 playthrough, even if you can't afford to do the $100 tier, which allows you to play games with me. One of those currently available too. Play games with me, chat with me. It's really fucking fun. Even if you can't afford to do those, even $1 goes towards that Sanitarium goal. So you could make that happen right here, right now, for just $1. Go pledge, be nom, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of The Last Door Season 2. So we found you had to click the bird in order to progress, which took us a long time, as I thought it was part of the background. Looks like this hole leads to the building next door. Well, this looks like a nice place, Bubba. Not ominous at all.
Not at all.
He does walk slower with the candle out. This must be the interior of the bricked up building I saw in the street, Mr. Dupree's former residence. There's something among the ashes. It is a piece of paper. It looks like some kind of message, but there's only half here. The paper's been carefully burnt. You should know what this is, because this was written on the notes that you found at your friend's house. He's like, what could it possibly be? I don't know. There's a piece of paper on the table here. The paper shows some seemingly random letters. It seems as though half of it is missing. They're Roman numerals, unfortunately for us. A military medal. There's a relief of Her Majesty the Queen and several pieces of metal engraved with the names of battles unknown to me. I'm going to guess we need to give that to the retired general guy. I'll take this with me. Maybe it will mean something to one of Alexander's fellow patients in the hospital. I mean, it obviously will, because there was the guy dressed up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a safe. A large metal safe. Can I open it? The safe is working fine. I should give it a try. You're meant to decipher the clues in the room, but I'm gonna kind of cheat. You know.
Just a bit.
Got a trophy for opening the safe without any of the clues. It's empty. Wait, this is not a safe, but an entrance to a passage. It's completely dark. The only way to know where it would lead is by crawling in. Babby, oh my god.
Dun dun dun. Oh.
Oh, hi! A strange machine built out of wood, steel, and glass. I wonder what its function would be. I don't know, but there's this guy. Hello?
You doing okay there, buddy?
There's someone sitting here wearing a horrible mask and a yellow robe. He is not moving. I'm guessing he's dead. Oh, or he has no head. It is only a yellow robe. There is no body inside at all. What can be the meaning of this? Is someone coming? Oh, they are. Shit. Oh, it's the person who was praying outside.
Okay, we're gonna run away. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I wasn't here. There's no one here. It's only Numpkins here. Bye, 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 bye. The door is bricked up. Oh no, this isn't where we came in. We came in through the wall. I was like, what happened? They managed to do a quick brick cement job that's stable and dry in the amount of time that it took us to be in there? I don't think so.
It's very impressive.
I don't think so. That's what I would have said, but I don't think so. But you know what they would have said?
What?
Actually, apparently, that's what they were saying.
I mean,
I think they were chanting in Latin, I think, but still.
You're not wrong.
That's what Latin sounds like to me. Anyway, let's go back to East Hill and see what the general guy has to say. He'd be like, General Disarray, who's he? That's what I'd say to him. Apparently, we very quickly need to go and look through the mirror in the other room first as well again. Oh, he's moved, look. A man is sitting in the corner looking in my direction with a cold, unemotional gaze. Gay. I'll shut up now.
Bye-bye.
This medal, I had one. Just like this. Got it after the Battle of Lane's Neck and Majuba Hill in 1881, a decade ago now. For distinguished conduct in the field, it said. What a farce. So you were in the army, as I thought. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Wakefield. Sergeant William Conghill, Her Majesty's 6th Light Infantry. Are you another one of those alienists? Do the doctors not realize that cowardice cannot be cured by your arts? Why are they keeping you here? The doctors say I suffer from a nervous disorder. I believe this is a term for when they themselves, with all their learning, do not know what to say. But I know the true name of my sickness. It's pure cowardice. I'm looking for a former patient of this hospital. You may have met him. His name is Alexander Dupree. Yes, I know that man. We met briefly. He was here when I arrived. So... Oh, we already read that. What do you know about him? He was a proper lad, educated. He listened closely to the stories of the other inmates, but he kept to himself. We talked a lot. He was very close to Miss Cohn, too. I think they got here at the same time. When he left, he was so alone. I wonder what's become of him since. And who is this, Miss Cohn? She's a patient here, a lady with tempestuous character. You may have encountered her already. She's not been the same since Mr. Dupree left, you know. She always sits to the side, alone and silent. I doubt you could talk to her at all. Even if you tried, she sees things, or at least, she thinks she does. Okay. What did you talk about Mr. Dupree and you? What did you talk about, Mr. Dupree and you? We talked about my time in the south of Africa. Not like to talk about that, but he somehow made me want to. He was persuasive. He was very interested in one specific story, almost obsessive about it. He wanted to know every detail. Could you tell me the story? I'm trying to find a patient of mine who's gone missing, and this could be my only hope of finding him. I don't like to relieve these memories. As missing patient, you say? All right. Maybe my story will be of some use then. It happened during the Battle of Majuba Hill. I'm sure you've heard of it. In March of 81, the attack of the Boer army had taken us by surprise, and our regiment was forced to split up. We quickly found ourselves alone, just a few men lost on the barren plain. But I don't want to bore you. No, sir, you aren't. Please continue. Oh, we're actually going to go. As I said, we were a few, and we were sure the enemy was lurking out there, in the cold air of dusk. A thick fog formed quickly, masking everything around us. We could barely see each other. Bever, this is spooky.
So spooky.
It's not good visibility for being in the army. Oh, we're in control of this, by the way. Then the others started to disappear, and the fog, which was getting thicker and thicker. Not the good kind of thick. I would hear their footsteps for a while, then nothing. I called their names aloud. That was so fast that I could not possibly have read it in time. I felt something then there, not far. A murmur of beating, something alive, waiting. What the fuck is with these subtitles?
It's supposed to be tense.
All of a sudden, my feet felt something in the mud, a body. They were all there. I'm doing the best I can, everyone. With a quarter of a second to reach it. I'm guessing it's the bird, right? You can hear its wings beating, I think.
Yeah.
Then the mist cleared out. What had happened? I never know for certain. I didn't see anything. Or if I did, my mind refused to bear such memories. What happened to Captain Skidd? When he finally regained consciousness, it was like someone else looked out at us through his eyes. I guess whatever happened affected him, changed him. I know he came back to London. Mr. Dupree asked me of his whereabouts. Maybe he tried to contact him to hear the rest of the story. He was quite preoccupied by it. Do you know where I can find Captain Skidd? The last I heard from fellow veterans, he'd lost himself in a frenzy of alcohol, opium, and bad company. The downward spiral led him, as many others, to a wretched nadir, a dirty hole deep in St. Giles' Rookery known as the Crimson Nest. Mayhap you'll find him there, alive even if you're lucky. Here's a picture of our regiments, you can see him there. Okay, I guess
it's a very unfortunate name, Captain Skidd.
Yeah, especially if his first name is Mark.
Oh god.
Let's give the mask to this lovely... Well, let's see what happens when we show the mask to this lovely lady. Oh, shit!
She's gonna beat the shit out of you.
It is the isolation reward for you this time, madam. The face of the playwright! The face of the playwright!
Well, that was kind of mean of us.
A man is striking the glass strongly with his fist. His expression is of pure hate. I don't think he sees me, but I feel that somehow he knows I'm here. Right, well, let's go and investigate Captain Skidd and the Skiddettes.
I think there might be a secret if you look in one more time on him.
There is, but I can't do it just yet. You have to do it at certain intervals.
Ah.
But I am doing that. But they're not meant to know that we know that. They're meant to think we're some kind of genius.
Anyone who knows me probably knows that I've played this game before. It's been a long time, though.
This is the slum of St. Giles. The Crimson Nest shouldn't be far. Okay. Oh, this is where the character was at the start of the game?
I gotta be honest, I don't even remember most of the story, but I do remember, like, trying to get all the secrets.
Oh, someone's here, Bubba. Oh, hi. Oh. I thought it was a drum.
Bubby. No.
This man, he looks like the man from my nightmare. He is blind in one eye. The empty sockets glisten in the lamplight. He seems to want something from me. In my dream, the man had said, "Give me back what he took."
At the fourth.
That would be impossible. Alright, somewhere
How
new.
convenient.
I've got a feeling this isn't the nicest of places.
Yeah. Okay, there's isolation and there's just like, man, what are you doing?
Alright, have a look at these, sir. Oh. Hello, my name is Wakefield. The butterfly is not what it seems. Excuse me, but what butterfly? There is more after the scarab. Is this the butterfly you talked about? It displays its wonderful colours, fills your eyes with awe, but this is only a show. Behind the veil, its body crawls on the dirty ground, hides in the darkness and transforms. Another of its lies. So what would this be? Its dark body creaks and rustles with its blind movements. Slowly, step by step, it gets closer and closer and closer. And this one? It will come. Whatever you do, it will cry out loud, looking at you from everywhere at the same time. And this one. Him. Him? His mask. My mate from the other room used to scream at night. Always told us he could feel something under his bed. A presence, an eyeless gaze. Okay. I mean, that wasn't particularly helpful. Let's try the next room. I've got a feeling the people here aren't too well, Bubba. Alright. What's this? There's a pendant on the dresser. It looks valuable. Let's steal it, then. Any other rooms here? There's this one. Oh my god. Oh, this is way nicer than the other ones.
Is there a person in the window?
I don't... Oh, there is, yeah. Could this be the room of a patient's mate who was afraid of a presence under his bed? I can't click on whoever's at the window, but there is someone there. Oh my god.
And none of the caretakers ever thought to, like, check.
No, they're just luskins. There's something written on the wall. One of them came last night. I knew what it actually was because of the sign it carried. The sign of the eye. I killed it and I hid it well. If more come, they will not find their friend, nor its eye. The door is bricked up. Why would they do such a thing? I doubt anyone has slept in this place for a long time. The window is sealed too. Almost no light can reach into the room. Is there anything else in here? Oh! It seems one of the tiles is loose.
Huzzah!
Well, we can use the piece of metal we have to pry that.
It's under the floorboards, like that one story.
There is something there half buried in the soil under the tile. It's a dead bird with an eye in its mouth. It's a long dead bird, just feathers and bones. It's holding something in its beak. A dirty and horribly deformed glass eye. Alright,
Except it's the wrong organ.
Pardon?
It's the wrong organ.
What should it be?
Well, a heart.
No.
Yeah.
No, this is silly thing. That's just from another book.
I know, that's what I said.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Anyway, the man over at St. Giles is the one that wants the eye, so we'll go and bring it to him. But first, like you mentioned, we should go and look at that glass room one last time. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
For no particular reason whatsoever.
I feel like... I know it is letting you do the thing, but the things are so big in this one, it takes a while to get to the place where you could double click.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Oh no. There's a big crack in the glass. I got the trophy, watch the patient's complete clinical progress. It's a strong what I wouldn't quite call it that. But you know what this game does need?
What?
An instant travel to the big map.
Mmm.
So I don't have to like go, oh yeah, no, leave the place, click on the front door, click on the carriage, go to the, you know what I mean? Why can't I just go from any screen? Alright, sir, I have your eye now. Oh, I have to wait for him to show up again. Oh no, he's there, he's there.
You're so impatient, Bubba.
There you go.
I don't get nothing for that. Just gonna walk away? Okay.
Goodbye! I think we can just walk past him when we couldn't before. He was just really fat for a starving beggar with one leg. This must be the Crimson Nest. I've heard of such places where people lose their minds to opium shipped from the Orient. I never thought I would set foot in one.
Well, you gotta go in normal and come out an addict.
Oh, God. Please wake up, dear. Please wake up. What's the matter, madam? My husband, he's unconscious. Please, dear, wake up.
He's dead.
I'm a doctor. Please let me see him. Is he dead? I'm so sorry. He's not breathing and he has no pulse. Your husband passed away hours ago. No, it cannot be.
I mean, you know, he's here, so shouldn't be too surprising.
Madam. I'm late. This time I couldn't save him. What do you mean this time? I discovered my husband's addiction to this hellish drug they call opium months ago. First I thought he was sick, so I saw him grow thinner and thinner every day. Then I discovered he was visiting this place. I was very worried. I tried to dissuade him, but he wouldn't listen. The addiction was stronger than he was. At times he was away for days. I would come here and find him passed out. The only way I could wake him was to put these smelling salts under his nose. Now it's too late. Here, take the vial. Maybe you'll be in time to save another soul from this curse. That's very sad.
That is very sad, but thank you for the smelling thingies.
People, she's white and muttering, this woman here. Short-haired woman smoking without worry. A man with a lost gaze, his mouth open.
Jeez, you get fucked up on opium, huh?
Oh, yeah. A musician is intoxicated with the drug smoke that fills the air. The repeated arrangement gives a sensation that time flows slowly.
Anybody else?
Well, I'm trying to move around, but it's not. I'm struggling here. And it's completely asleep.
Okay. What about the one in the corner over there?
Yeah, I can talk to this man. I didn't realize there was a path here, I'm going to be honest with you.
It is very hard to see.
Hello, I'm looking for a man who I believe frequents the establishment, a war veteran from the south of Africa called Skidd. He is writing on a slate. Can you understand what I'm saying? He has written can't hear, so I suppose I should communicate with him by writing on the slate. Looking for Captain Skidd. Don't know. He doesn't know the captain's name then. I feel like he's probably bullshitting us. Maybe the photograph will jig his memory? He's written something else. Object of value. What does he mean by that?
He means he wants you to pay him.
There's the pendant.
He's being a little shit, that's what he's being.
Alright, thank you for blackmailing me. A Chinese screen with a floral ornament. Oh, there's a man here. It's Captain Skidd, no doubt. He's unconscious, but he still breathes. Well, we got the vial.
I hate that sound. Doing okay there, buddy?
What's the matter? He's a captain, right? Even though he's in the army, not a sea captain. Who will let you in? Get out! My name is Wakefield. I need to talk to you. Are you Captain Skidd, Her Majesty's 6th Light Infantry? That title belongs to me no more. Who are you? And what do you want from me? Leave me alone with me misery. A soldier that used to serve under your command told me I might find you here. William Conghill? Yes, I remember him. We served together. I have made many mistakes trying to forget those years of my life. Now I'm afraid those memories will follow me to my grave. Okay. I'm looking for more information about a man called Alexander Dupre. I used to know a Dupre. He was not a man, but a fiend. What do you want with someone like him? There are certain secrets that are better left undisturbed. Arr. A patient of mine has disappeared. Alexander's the only one that may know his whereabouts. If it's true that Dupree is involved in your patient's disappearance, then I'm afraid the matter is out of my reach. Yours too. Now please leave me alone. Have you ever heard the name Jeremiah DeVitt? I must find him. DeVitt? No, I have not. I found your medal. It was in a house on Paul Street, door 26. You were there, right? You think you know what you're doing, but you cannot imagine what you're getting into. I'm asking ye for the last time. Leave and forget this matter. I will not leave until I find the answers I'm seeking. Tell me what I want to know. You fool! That's... for the devil's sake, alright. If you want to ruin your life, you're free to do it. Alright, so what really happened on Majuba Hill? Sergeant Conghill told me his story, but the details were confusing. I will never be able to forget that day. Nobody knew what really happened. Command decided we must have been ambushed. Now I know better. There was something in that fog, something that did not like us entering its domain. A sentinel of some sort. That thing is what killed my soldiers. By the way, we didn't extrapolate on that, by the way, when it's completely insane. How did you meet Alexander Dupree? I was in the Veterans Hospital, recovering from an illness unknown to physicians. An ailment to the soul. Dupree managed to contact me there. He wanted to know me version of the story of what happened to me at the Battle of Majuba Hill. Alright. Why? I did not know immediately, but with time I realized. The truth about what happened to me was important to his activities, as was he myself. But if you think he tricked me, you could not be more wrong. I wanted to enter the dragon's mouth. I burned with a need to know. Okay, so tell me about 26 Paul Street. Inside the house I saw a machine still operating. What was that? A machine? I do not know what you're talking about. That was just many places used as a base for Alexander's activities. The only one whose location I was allowed to know. Okay. And what do you mean by activities? You really do not know, do you? Have you ever heard of the Playwright? Yes, the woman shouted it, right?
Yes.
What is it?
I mean, I think it's Shakespeare, but... Very spooky Shakespeare.
As I imagined, you know nothing, but Dupree is not alone. He is but a peak of a pyramid, a vast group in which powerful people take part. A society acting in secret, ruled by a single sacred law. See that no one knows. I was part of it. Dupree himself recommended me. We gathered every month. What we saw, you cannot imagine. A curtain of normalcy protects the mind from something, an outer something. The fog of the veil protected us. But through the veil we could peek out into the abyss. We could know of the unspeakable shapes that writhe beyond. A black nothingness entirely full of horrors. We could never cross the threshold. What we saw was forbidden. Look at me! Forbidden! I could not bear it anymore, so I ran. I ran and I hid from them. I was too late to run or to forget.
Okay.
I must go back to Easthill and try and talk to Miss Cone. If what the captain said is true, she must have been one of them. She would know where to find them. Okay?
Okay, well, have fun with your destroyed life, sir.
Oh. I don't think this is normal.
Should not be here. We should not be here. Some bad things is gonna happen, 'cause we shouldn't be here.
I cannot do this anymore. I don't care. I just want us to be together. I know it's too hard. I don't feel free. I know, dear. We will figure it out. How? How are you home so early? I knew all along. How could you? You know you never loved each other. Silence, you have no honor. And you, what do you have to say? Why, I've given you everything. You wouldn't understand. Enough, you'll leave in the morning. I won't ever see you again. I'll wait for you at dawn, under the old windmill, so you can try and recover what little honor you once had. I'll be there.
Oh, this is the weird thing about the things, and they were all gonna eat the rabbit.
Yep.
Now they're in a weird sort of triangle relationship.
They are indeed. Very strange stuff. Where the fuck are we now? Back home, I think, right?
We couldn't take it. We couldn't take the furry drama.
I must have fainted. What is this? Where am I?
Furry telenovela. Bullshit.
An old piece of furniture. There are marks in the dust on the floor. It looks like the chair has been moved recently. Bebe, there's a tiny hole. A small hole in the wall. It's too dark to see inside. Okay, well, you know, it's not my fault. Is there a matchbox here? Looks like it. A matchbox.
Yeah, let's just set the house on fire. This seems like a good idea.
Listen, everyone had to in this time period, right? The match is too short. I cannot stretch my hand in further to see what lies beyond the hole. Okay, maybe we can use this blanket or something. There's a blanket on the bed. I'm taking a shred of the blanket.
Oh my god, we're literally just gonna set the hole on fire so we can see what's in it.
Okay, can I combine those? Yep, now I've got a burning shred. I would swear I saw a pair of feet in there. Okay, that's creepy. Who is there? We have met before. I cannot see you. Who are you? Do you not recognize my voice? No, I'm sorry, I do not. Do you know what place this is? It is the starting point, the first place to lurk. But who are you? What are you doing there? Remember this, I will not be here forever. Darkness will light your way. Stay out of the light. Then I will disappear and you'll be alone in the end. I don't understand. Tell me who you are. Okay. I mean, that's kind of strange, I will say. The blanket is now ruined. I must take it with me.
I mean, if you tear off a little tiny piece of blanket, I still think it could function as a blanket. It's just not aesthetically pleasing. I wouldn't call it ruined.
Yeah, but we can use it to climb out the window. Oh, well, apparently just not.
We made it into curtains, and now we're in Wonderland, and all of the walls are gone.
Tvit, is that you? Tvit!
Don't go into the light, it said. Oh no, never mind. We just have to tease the light. Just like, oh, we're gonna get new. No, we're not touching it. Oh, look at all this radioactive jam. So no.
He's probably fine. See? There's lots of him. Tell me why you're doing this. Is it because you care about your patients? Or out of scientific curiosity? Is it just for your pride? Perhaps because it is your professional responsibility?
God, that's so hard to read.
Or is it because it's the right thing to do? Why are you doing this? Now we're probably back in reality. No, David! It's all right, my lieber friend. How are you feeling? I feel dizzy. What happened? Where are we? At my house, I went to Easter to meet you and found you inside one of the cells, unconscious, your clothes stenching of opium smoke. I had brought you here. You'd been out for a day and a half. I think it's coming back to me. I was at one of those opium dens. I might have passed out after breathing that dense smoke. Listen, I've much to tell you. My investigation unearthed a great deal of new information. Alexander was indeed institutionalized in East Hill, but his files were missing. I managed to track down a man who knew him. He told me a story you would not believe, and... There was this woman, a patient at the hospital. She was completely out of her mind. She attacked me. What is happening to these people, Kaufman? How is this Alexander related to Mr. DeWitt? I think this patient, Miss Cohn, might know how to find Alexandra. We must go back there and talk to her, whatever it takes. I'm afraid it will not be possible. What do you mean? Frau Cohn is no longer at East Hill. She escaped last night. God almighty. Do not worry, my friend. I think I may know where she is hiding. Get ready, we must leave promptly. Thing is, I make him sound evil by doing the evil German voice, even though he's a good guy.
I don't know. He kind of seems like he might be a little bit sus, I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe.
But I don't know if that's because of the accent you gave him.
I don't know if I'm good or not. Maybe I'm doing this
I think you walk.
Look behind the veil, as it were. They are coming. They are letting him in. Now the door has been opened. They are coming.
Oh, okay.
No, we found her. Don't think she's gonna last too long, though, I'm gonna be honest with you.
What the hell was that?
That's the music. That's the music, opening music. I thought it was gonna like do the end credit bit for the chapter. Completed episode 1. Chapter 2, let's begin. Previously on the last stop, Wakefield and Kaufman followed the only clue they had on DeWitt's location, the recipient of Antony's disturbing letter, Alexander Dupree. Wakefield visits the East Hill Asylum to gather more information. Wakefield discovered that Dupree was the leader of a secret society known as the Playwright. He learned that they practice rituals with the goals of peering through the veil, the line that separates the common world from the outer void full of horrors. One of East Hill's patients turned out to be a member of the Playwright, but she escaped the asylum. Wakefield and Kaufman followed her to a hideout, a cabin in the mountains, when suddenly a big flock of birds appeared. And we're going to skip the opening thing. I must forget nothing. Okay.
Who the heck are you?
Are we Dupree? Everything must be set. Oh no, we're the person, the mysterious redhead that was like leading the guy through London, I think.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if we're actually him. It's hard to tell.
I mean, we got red hair. And a red beard.
Oh my god. Are we red-bearded Santa when the time comes? Oh, I see. We're lighting dynamite.
So you mean young Santa?
And I am visited again. No, Santa was blonde.
No, I'm pretty sure he was red. Well, actually, I don't know, because I think I'm only thinking about that because of the claymation, thingy.
Can we skip this? No. Well,
then what the hell did we skip?
We didn't skip anything.
We
We're skipping
did.
this now. For a moment, the sky was dark. We heard the calls of 1,000 birds. But another sound rose above them. A sound I cannot describe. What? What just happened in here? Where's Miss Cohn?
She went boom.
We are too late. It's ashes. Okay, well... Chalk, a circle drawn hastily on the floor. She thought it could prevent what she knew was about to happen, but she was wrong.
See, I'm telling you!
Just because it's a German voice. The windows are covered with wooden planks. It looks as though we're trying to keep something from entering. Or something from getting out. I didn't know what to make of all this. I do. Are you alright, Kaufman? It's nothing, mein Freund. Just a bit difficult. He's got tuberculosis. Now, mein Freund, I think we should talk. In light of the events we have recently witnessed, the matter cannot be led any further. You must make an important decision. It is not yet too late to go back to our daily lives. If you do not want to continue, you must forget all about your patient, Jeremiah DeWitt. You will have to keep yourself everything you have learned about the mystery of his disappearance and never talk about it again. But should you wish to continue this search, we will need to accept the consequences, whatever they may be. Please do not take this decision lightly. The path ahead is not without peril. You know my answer already, Kaufman. I must know what happened to DeWitt. So be it then. As you may have already realized, this matter involving your patient transcends the limits of psychiatry as we know it. We are not dealing with the effects of trauma or the demons of the subconscious, at least not in terms we are used to. We are dealing with something old, something dark. A sinister truth that's been buried deep for generations. This man, Alexander Dupree, and his organization, I think they seek to uncover these secrets, and I fear they might have already. Miss Cohn's fate, whatever it was, must be related somehow, but my knowledge of this area is simply not sufficient. We must pay a visit to an old friend, someone I never thought I would want to see again. The man who introduced me to the extended scientific field of the occult. My mentor, Professor Adam Wright. What are you laughing at?
Just the voice you made.
My dearest... I mean, he is German. Wickport. And we got one location here, which is Wright Manor. Oh, it's all snowy.
I do miss the snow sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, we just get the cold and none of the snow. It's kind of BS, actually.
I doubt he's aware this time. Perhaps he cannot hear us from the front. Let us try the rear door. It said back door, but I wanted to say rear really badly.
Probably. Probably.
Miss Awkward, she is the manor's housekeeper.
I don't miss that, though. Shoveling snow.
Yes, who is it? Good morning, Miss Awkward. Don't you remember me? Why, Dr. Kaufman, bless my soul, it's been so long I hardly recognise you. How nice to see you again. Allow me to introduce my colleague, Dr. John Wakefield. Is the professor at home? We would like to see him. Why, yes, Doctor, of course. I keep forgetting myself. Let me take you to him. It's really good of you to come. He receives so few visitors these days, on account of his condition. His condition? Oh, sir, I'm right sorry. I thought you knew. The professor, he suffers from an ailment afflicting his brain. He's now entirely confined to his bed. Oh, that's the same guy, the red-headed guy, right?
Oh, yeah. Hello, dude.
Professor Wright, you have visitors. One of them's your old friend. Do you recognise him? It's Johann, Professor, your old pupil. I reckon he does remember you, Johann. It's been a long time since I've seen him so excited. I'll leave you two to talk. It may be difficult to keep him on one subject for long, but it does him such a world of good to speak with old friends. Should you need my assistance, I'll be in the rear yard. Rear. Professor? Uncle James, you're back. It is I, Professor Johann Kaufman. Where is father? Where has he been taken? He suffers from some kind of memory loss. Yes, I'm afraid he will not tell us much in this state. If we could but stimulate his memories, maybe then he could tell us of his research, something to unravel the mystery of the Playwright. Perhaps. We have a few other options in any case. Let us try. Why don't you explore the manor? There may be some object we can use to jog the professor's memory. Meanwhile, I will try and talk to him about the time we researched together. They could also help him remember. Okay. If he comes back and he's dead, the other guy is sus, okay?
That's the stipulation?
Yeah, pretty much. We need things to jog his memory. Oh, that's the way out. Let's leave the door open. It's probably freezing cold now. Especially as, like, central heating isn't a thing yet.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a nice living room. Ominous, but nice. A tin soldier. It looks to have been painted by hand. It commemorates a military campaign that I have not heard of. Could it hold some special significance to Professor Wright? Perhaps it will help stimulate his memories. I guess we should go and try. The professor looks at the tin doll and screams in a shrill scream that pierces the echoes of the house. I have no idea what he's going to say. Where did we come from? Oh, here, right? Yes. Alright, have a look at this tin soldier. Do you recognize this, Professor Wright? Sergeant Downing was sent to the front. The man that returned was not Sergeant Downing. My dearest visitor, he will know where to look. Oh, what a time we will have. Your visitor? What do you mean, Professor? He will have seen the map, and he will know the Book of Travels. The Book of Travels? Yes, he will work it out, but it must not be too easy, no. But he will find the prize, I'm sure. Prize? What on earth are you talking about, Kaufman? Something concealed, something precious. In his adult state, could he have hidden away parts of his research? He was always a proud man. He would not have easily forgotten his most groundbreaking work. A sense of its grave importance at least would have remained. In his confusion, perhaps he held it away somewhere for his dearest visitor to find. Why don't you explore the manor? Something will relate to the latest ramblings. Meanwhile, I will continue my endeavors to revive his memory through conversation. Meanwhile, I'll do fuck all. Alright, so we need to solve a series of puzzles to try and jog his memory. A lot of these, I'm obviously going to know the solution to because I'm an instant genius. You know?
Oh, yes, of course.
There's a large volume here called The Travels of Marco Polo. Perhaps this is the Book of Travels that Professor Wright mentioned? There's a mark on one of the pages. We began our journey by crossing the unforgiving desert, always facing the setting sun. At last we arrived at the merciful sight of the great ocean. We followed the coast, north, in hope of reaching our home soon. It was not to be. The king of the land we traversed had declared war on the great Khan, so we were forced to return as we had come. We never set foot in that bloody land again. We knew there was a port just a miles and to the south where we could find a boat. Our sea voyage was short, as our sails billowed with the powerful southern winds. We reached the most eastern cape and landed there. Our backs to the sea, we marched forth and soon reached home. Okay. And now, is there a globe in this room?
I mean, you just passed it, sweetie.
Oh my god, I did. I thought that was a chair in my defense.
You thought it was a chair?
A globe. It's extraordinary detail. Judging by the strange shape of the continents, they must arrive from a fictional work of some prehistoric era. Alright, so what we have to do, I believe, is travel with this Book of Travels route through the different continents in order, okay?
I feel like that was a bit shady. It's just like, oh, it's fictional. It's no good.
Hang on. I did it wrong, baby.
Would you be able to look at a globe and say, oh yeah, it ain't real? I feel like I would only be able to figure it out if like, it was super obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do not know geography well enough to go like, oh yeah, Europe doesn't look like that.
It seems I triggered a hidden mechanism. A small compartment's opened in the globe. There's a sealed letter inside. It's simply addressed to my dearest visitor. Kaufman needs to see this before I open it. Why?
I mean, it's in his house.
No, it's not Kaufman's house. Kaufman's our buddy.
Oh, I forgot. White, right?
Right
White
is the guy whose house it is, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess Kaufman is just that like special.
Kaufman, look, I found an envelope. It was hidden inside a globe that a strange mechanism opened. To my dearest visitor, let's see what is inside. Exactly, this is another part of an intricate riddle, but to what purpose? To conceal something, perhaps? Or just the last acts of a confused and drowning mind? I'm increasingly of the opinion that this is some mental construct, some riddle conjured up by the professor's failing mind. He may not have even understood what he hid. These seeking wisdom must first know their own foolishness. Reflect on yourself in the heat of passion to reveal what the cold eye of logic sees not.
So he wants us to have sex?
Maybe. A riddle, and who would that visitor be? That is unknown to me, my friend. There is only one way to answer that question. If we can find the answer to the professor's riddle, perhaps we'll be able to solve this mystery. Okay. Time to start looking around the house more, Bubba. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Alright, we need several items, I believe, from around here. But let's have a look. I'm not sure which rooms are which first, so let's have a look around. Okay, we have a kitchen. Oh my god. Oh god, I was scared shitless there. An old teapot. It's filled with cold water.
You're scared of tea?
No, I'm scared of this lady here that I didn't think was a lady. I thought was part of the furniture.
There's a lady there?
Yeah, in the middle. She's rolling out dough.
Oh,
it's the housekeeper lady.
I thought you meant what you're looking at right now.
No. There's a matchbox on the shelf here. Let's grab that. Taking all her supplies that she probably needs. So we have the wood stove here. We're going to ignite it. Would you like some nice soothing tea, Chrism?
Yes.
No one understands that reference.
No one understands it.
The water will be cool soon. Ah, okay. I've got to be quick, I think. Go. Why is this door not a teleporting door now? Is it because I'm carrying a teapot? It is, I think.
Yeah.
One of these rooms is a bathroom. Got to find the bathroom. Then we use the teapot on the mirror. I would never have got this, by the way. Reflect on yourself in the heat of passion to reveal knowledge that the cold eye of logic sees not. Condensation with the teapot steam has revealed a hidden message. I'll add this clue to the letter. Knowing yourself, you may look upon your master, meet his imposing gaze, and seek to understand what lies beneath, thereby learn the question, if not the final answer.
Where did you get that from?
It's written on the mirror.
I thought it said seek it in the passion.
The passion
Did
of looking at yourself, I guess? I don't fucking know.
Did he mean like there was more to the message other than that?
I don't know, but look upon your master means looking at this painting, by the way. As I suspected, there's a small key taped to the back of the picture frame and a note. I'll add this clue to the letter. It's a scavenger hunt, isn't it? The question is the world from the peak of man's tallest tower. The answer yearns up to it from the root of life and time itself. Okay. Baby, I can safely say, even if I was an expert at adventure games, I feel like I would never guess some of the solutions to these upcoming puzzles.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah.
We're going to look out the window here. And we have a different coloured tree. The answer yearns up to it from the very root of life itself. I can see if there's something hidden near that tree. So now we need to go... We had to look at it from above first, by the way. What is this, by the way, while I'm up here? Some kind of round mechanism. Well, we can't do anything with it yet. But it looks like, Bubba, there's some secret contraptions.
Oh my god.
In this house.
Secrets.
Secrets. I mean, it's a manor thing house, like a creepy manor. It's always going to have secrets, right? Alright. So the different coloured tree is here. It looks as though something has been concealed beneath the thick roots. Another note and a key bound together. I'll add this clue to the letter. It is a truth our ancestor knew, and with stone silence came to unknow. The key has been engraved with the shape of a feather. I'm gonna be honest with you, Bubby. Again, reading that, I'd be like, I've absolutely no idea what's happening. Would you?
No. I would not have gotten anything.
I also didn't even notice that apparently there is another door in this room. But it's very dark. Oh, there's a creepy noise. Oh, it's birds.
You shouldn't keep birds in tiny cages like that.
Yeah. A truth that our ancestor knew and through stone silence came to unknow. The clue is the bust, apparently. There's a small compartment in the base of the bust. Inside is another note. That only by entering the gnashing jaws of primal horror... Primal horror?
That doesn't sound great.
Is there anything else here? An embroidered cloth covers the cage. On it's written, if the birds are silent, the phrase trails off. Well, I'm not sure we should have done that, but I did it anyway. And we're going to leave the birds to be numb. Okay.
I don't think the birds are going to be numb.
I don't think birds in this series are particularly numb. I feel like they might be our main antagonists eventually, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, we haven't seen the bird entity, right, have we? We've just heard it. Alright, so anyway. Only by entering the gnashing jaws of primal horror. There's something hidden in the lion's mouth. A lever. I think it triggered some mechanism inside the manor. There's also another note here. I'll add the clue to the letter. Will you at last know truth? Could this be the last part of the riddle? So I think, baby, because we heard that you heard the noise that was like, oh my god, creepy noise.
Yeah, I think bad things are gonna happen.
A secret passage is opened at the end of the corridor. Oh, what's this that's outside of it? An engraving on paper. The script is from a language unknown to me. That's never good, because it's always like Cthulhu talk.
Yeah.
This looks like Professor Wright's archive. I think I should bring Kaufman here at once. Experiments 1885. Let us see. Have a look at this. Be careful. There is a small key inside the folder. 1st of August 1885. Results at last. After many months of tedious observation, something has finally come from the other side. I heard the sound of footsteps exploring the proximity of the stone archway. That would seem to verify my hypothesis. Absolute horror is the key that we seek. Now that we have proven themselves useful, I've installed 2 new devices in outer tunnels. I dare not go deeper. I have not heard it again, but I know the thing may still be down there in the dark. Containment in the underground tunnel has been breached. Redacted is gone. I have no choice but to abort the experiment. It can no longer be controlled. There is but one thing left to do. I will seal the tunnel and hope the abomination remains forever entombed within. This sounds really bad. What is this supposed to be? It seems to be a log the professor kept during one of his experiments, almost 7 years ago. It is noteworthy that one of the entries has been redacted. But what is written in there? It cannot be true. It must be some kind of hallucination. A sign of Professor Wright's illness, maybe. Perhaps, though we should not jump to conclusions. We can conclude the professor had another working place. Underground. Perhaps that key opens the basement door. There could be a route through to the underground tunnel. Meanwhile, I will keep looking through these documents. There must be something more than a folder amongst this mess. Meanwhile, I'll keep doing nothing. Bubby, why are we doing all the heavy lifting?
Because we're just like, oh, fine, well. It's like weaponized incompetence.
A set of framed silhouettes. Under each is an inscribed plaque. Oh, I see. Well, I don't really see, but... I solved it.
Huzzah.
A compartment's opened in the wall. Oh no, baby. Oh, apparently that's all I need to do for now. Okay, goodbye.
Okay, bye.
We got a key. What have we got? Basement key. Well, let's go to the basement. Although it sounds like something horrific might be locked in the basement, running round. What do you think's in the basement, Bubby?
Spooky things.
It's too vague. You gotta be more specific.
I think it's gonna be spooky things. That's what I think, honestly.
I mean, I suppose it's true.
Might be spooky birds. Might be spooky people. Might be spooky...
Bums?
I mean, bums are very spooky.
It's completely dark in here. I feel a cold draft coming from the front. Didn't he say there were only 4 matches in there?
I mean, if there's 4 matches, then you got all the matches.
Yeah, then we're never gonna run out. I've run out of matches. Baby, I can't see anything.
I feel like we were really bad at managing that.
There was noise there. It was a rumbling.
Rumbling and you tumbling?
Possibly. Did you hear it?
Not really, no.
It's like, it sounds like a cat purring.
I hear the shuffle shuffle of feeties.
I mean, we just fell, I think. Yeah, we did. Hey, at least there's light down here. I've fallen through a hole. Where am I? The flow of air is stronger here. Well, we're in the mine, right? We saw it at the beginning, I think. Some sort of component of some sort of machine? Maybe I can find out where to use it. Okay. And we got a lantern, I think, here, so we can actually see again. A working lantern. Now I can get out of here safely. This part of the tunnel is blocked by a cave-in. The underground tunnel is not accessible from here. I should go back. Thank goodness, a ladder.
That's convenient.
Oh, we're back up here again. There's another one of these weird things that I don't really understand. It's a sort of mechanism. You know, like, the amount of effort it must have taken, right, to create this kind of shit in this house. In this house?
In this house?
Like, and money. I know these people are, like, all crazy rich, like, depraved lunatics, right? Like, but you know what I mean? Like, you could have just, like, I don't know, buried the document somewhere and left it at that. You don't need to have weird sort of like floor puzzles and shit everywhere, you know?
I think when you're rich, you just do things because, and not necessarily because it makes financial or time sense.
Just for the lows?
Just for the lows.
That's fair.
I wish I was rich enough to do things just for the lows. Could you imagine? That sounds fantastic.
It does. Let's make a secret door because we can afford a secret door. If we cannot access the tunnel mentioned in Philip's Wright log, how we find the missing parts of his research? I must talk to Kaufman about this. I was able to use the key to explore the basement. There's a large hole in the floor. One side of the hole may lead to some sort of tunnel, but it was completely covered in rocks and debris, so I could not tell for sure. Covered in debris? It sounds like the professor succeeded in blocking the entrance to the underground area. It is unfortunate for us. I have made some progress of my own, my friend. Think this could be of help to us delucidate the next step in our search. That's a big word. Have a look. Delucidate.
Sounds like you're getting ready for a spelling bee.
Will you use the word delucidate in a sentence? Yes, it was very delucidant. Today a meeting took place. You see, Mr. Wright, our organization is keenly interested in your research. This is Dupree, I think. We could reach an agreement to fund this project, but first we need to know the details. I understand. The main factor is the condition of the test subject. How open he is to suggestion. As you know, only the human mind can open a physical passage to the other side. So a complete absolute darkness will be required for the experience the result. A secluded place, completely isolated. A place that can only bring thoughts of what may be hiding in the dark. I have the perfect location in mind. But in total darkness and seclusion, how could the results of the experiment be studied or confirmed? That is precisely where your organization can provide help. I've designed special devices that allow me to listen from a safe distance, but I lack the means to manufacture it myself. That we could arrange. But there is one last thing I would like to know. How would the experience be triggered? By means of a chemical compound of some kind? Do you mean a serum? Not at all. There would be no elegance to that whatsoever. The trigger is the mind itself, the emotion known as terror. The primal fear that still survives in the depths of our mind from the times humans were mere beasts. That which allows us to open a physical passage beyond the veil of rational thought. Primal terror is the key that we will use to open the last door. Great. Could this organization be the Playwright? It may be. It obviously is. If so, you are closer to the truth than we thought. But in this room, I've been able to find only some fragments of information, discarded material. It looks as if the main bulk of documents were moved from this room and hidden somewhere else. The basement tunnel. That would seem the most reasonable conclusion. But access to the place is lost, is it not? The entrance is sealed. There may be another access we do not know about. If we could find and use the device the professor mentions in his log, I believe we could shed some light on the matter. Well, time to get going again. None of these people are nice, are they? All the rich people in this are awful.
Oh, yeah.
Even the guy we played in the previous game, I think, is probably awful.
Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, you know, let me fuck around with demons because I'm rich and bored.
I went the wrong way, baby. I went the wrong way.
It's okay, I still forgive you.
You do?
Yeah, because I love you.
Oh my god, is that with a capital love?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Amazing. Oh, the woman is still there just making fucking pies and shit. Anyway, I think we need to head this way. We have not fully explored the outside yet. Oh. I don't like these statues, they're kind of creepy. Why are statues creepy?
It's the... I forgot the name of it, but it's the same reason that, it's creepy to look at dolls.
Uncanny Valley?
No,
it's not.
Kinda, it's like... I forgot the actual name of it, but basically it's theorized that it's like a human instinct that's left over from your primitive days.
Yeah.
That you're identifying something that is pretending to be a part of the group, but is not.
Okay.
And that's why it's, like, creepy when you see, like, a super realistic statue, or, like, a doll that looks a little bit too much like a person.
Okay, I got you.
Because it triggers your, like, oh, wait, this is an imposter. That
Yeah.
kind of sus.
No, that makes sense. The clay vessel held by the statue is now broken into many pieces. There is an object among them. It must have been hidden inside. It looks like a compass. It must be broken since it does not point north.
Well, you know what? Not every compass points north. You know, sometimes there are compasses and it's just special and there's still no.
We should not place unrealistic expectations on our compass children. Alright, back up to the attic now. I think we're actually nearly done with this chapter. Holy shit. This was a fast one. Especially compared to the first one. Although, I guess if you were solving these puzzles normally, it would have taken 17,000 hours.
Yeah.
Alright, so there's a mechanism here. I think the lever goes here. Well, it doesn't. Does it not? I missed this thing here. What is this? I think it will work now. Baby, it's like a gramophone, but it's probably really dangerous.
Oh, no. Baby, it didn't explode.
I'm pretty happy about this. This sound. Do my ears deceive me? Is that a piano melody? I must seek Kaufman at once. Not to say the obvious, but it sounds as if someone is still down there playing the piano of all things. But how's that remotely possible? I do not know, but this means something important to us. It means there is another entrance to the underground tunnel. And that we must find it. But we've run out of leads. You did not find anything of use in the archive, and Professor Wright continues to mutter incoherently about childhood memories. You must hypnotize the professor, my lieber Freund. We are running out of options. This might be the only way to find the answers we seek. Look at this candle. Fix your eyes upon it. Your body is as light as a feather. Everything around you fades. You're entering a dark, endless void.
Is it working?
I don't really know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, we're playing as him. Maybe? Listen to my voice. Where are you? A great number of trees surround me. The sun is setting soon. I can go north and west. Let's go north. I stand beside a waterfall. It is not water that falls, but mud and rock from a great height. They fall into a bottomless abyss. Behind the waterfall to the east lies a tunnel. To the west I see the edge of the forest. We're gonna go east. I'm in a dark tunnel. Oscar is here as well. He is upset. He yells at me. He begs me to stop. The tunnel divides into many passages. I can go north, south, and west. We're gonna go north.
It's like we're playing,
Old school adventure game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in a large open space with a piano. Something stands next to the piano. I can't see clearly its face. The tunnel stretches into the dark. In a very small room in the center lies a deep pit. A ladder goes down. It is so dark. Down there, it lies. It waits. I will not continue. I must go back. Go down the ladder. I cannot. I hear it with me. Its breath. Dear God, I must flee. You must continue. It waits for me. It waits down there. I have gone down the ladder. I cannot see. It's pitch dark. I can feel its breath. It's here. It's with me.
Well, that didn't help.
Enough. We went too far, mein Freund. You're right. I did not think he would react this way. You did well by stopping the trance, Kaufman. I think it would be best if we leave it for today. Let us return to the inn. Reflect tonight on what we have witnessed here. Tomorrow, let's discuss the next steps in our investigation. Okay. It is the next day. Come in. Hang on, who's who here? Kaufman, you alright? No, hurry not, Wakefield. I'm just feeling a bit feeble. It must be all this cold and humidity. Nothing serious. I think he's really ill. I would like to know your opinion about what we heard during yesterday's session. Do you remember anything that could help us in our search? I wonder if he's looking for a cure for his illness or something.
That would make sense.
The underground tunnel. I believe the underground tunnel has left a deep impression on Professor Wright's subconscious. I agree. The horror experience at the end of the session was far too intense to derive solely from his imagination. It speaks of some trauma. The sea was a recurring theme during the hypnotic regression. It is true. Maybe the entrance to this tunnel is somewhere close to the coast. The mysterious figure. Throughout the trance he saw an unknown figure with no visible face, the floating body in the water, the person near the rocks, the one beside the piano. Indeed, but I'm afraid it is too soon to unveil the true meaning of those images. The man shouting it. We didn't see half of this stuff because I took the direct route. Professor Wright mentioned a man that shouted at him near the entrance to the tunnel, begging him not to continue. I cannot remember his name. Very good, it was Oscar. We should attempt to find him. He may know something about Professor Wright's fears. If we can find this man, I'm sure we will shed some light upon the mystery. Why don't you go to the village and try and find something about Oscar? My apologies, but I must stay here and recover my strength. Alright, let's look around Wickport, I guess. We'll start with the town square. I'm going to be honest with you, there's not a lot here. It's just
snow.
cold and kind of miserable, I'm going to be honest with you.
Listen, there's snow, and it's the crunchy crunch.
I mean, there's no one here. Literally no one here. Oh, it's the lady. How rude. Did you see that? The window is closed shut.
No, Kin, listen. Would you leave the door open if you saw a strange man walking very rapidly towards you through the snow with the crunchy crunch? I wouldn't leave my window open.
Can we sneak up on her? Excuse me, are you spying on me? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You're not from these parts, are you? No, I'm passing through. You're right? Yes. Could you do me a favour? For a long time I've wanted to visit the tomb of my lover, but I cannot leave the house due to my illness. Could you please leave these flowers there? No one in the village will do this service for me. Alright, why not? Alright, where is it? Oh, you could not know how grateful I am. You're a good, kind person. You can go to the graveyard through the path right there. The name you need to look for is Carter. Okay, so we've unlocked the graveyard on the map now as well. Why were you spying on me? Oh, don't put it like that. It sounds terrible. I just watch folk passing by. I cannot leave the house, so I spend my days at the window. It's awful interesting. You learn a lot about people this way, you know? Really? What can you tell me about me? I only observed you for a while, but I can tell you're on an important mission looking for someone dear. There is a worry over your shoulders and a long way ahead of you. Well, that was remarkable. I'm frankly astonished. Do you know a man named Oscar? Of course. Oscar is the priest of Wickport's parish. You can find the church right there in front of my house. He's a man who's lost his purpose. I see him walking aimlessly in the morning and evening, nervous and doubtful. And what can you tell me about him? He's a man who's lost his... Oh, I should go. Thanks for everything and have a good day. Okay, let's have a look around this beach, shall we? Oh, my God, baby. You know what this beach means? We can go surfing. Oh, my God.
Are we really gonna go surfing?
I mean,
look at us. We're not dressed for surfing weather, really.
I mean, that's true. I guess I shouldn't, you know, like...
And
oh,
it's snowing.
I went here and didn't look around, didn't I? What's this? What do you have? An old rotting boat rests on the shore. The name Providence is written on the side. I think that's a Lovecraft reference of some description.
Maybe.
I don't actually know. The comments are like, actually, Providence is, nothing to do with Lovecraft. An old rusty bronze bell, typical of a seafaring vessel, is engraved with the name Augustine. I'm just gonna take the... That must be fucking heavy. Someone may be able to tell me more about that. This isn't just like a little bell. You know, this is the ship's bell. But we've got that and we'll carry everything else, apparently.
We have legs of steel and a back of iron.
I mean, we are doing all the heavy lifting for our friend. Alright, there should be some buildings in here that we can go to that we haven't gone into yet. That's the lady, the creepy pale lady. That's out the map, I think. What's this? The Fisherman's Lodge. A local tavern. I'm sure they will have lovely, friendly people inside.
So friendly, so new.
Wow, what a great atmosphere. You could hear a pin drop. Anyway. How are you? Good morning. Let me drink in peace. Everyone's a pirate here, okay? Are you a ship captain? Why? What's it to you? Does I look like a captain? Your hat. Because of your hat you're wearing. A hat don't make me a captain, Townie. You can buy a hat like this at any flea market in England. I almost went into, like, Cornwall there. Your coarse skin. Because of your coarse skin, weathered by years of salt and wind. You met many folks in Wickport. It's common enough around these parts. Your hands. Because of your hands, calloused by years of knotting rope and reeling in line. Any fisherman has hands like this. Any fish, too. Your 3 earrings. This just means I'm gay. Because of the 3 earrings you're wearing. You've doubled the 3 capes, is that right? Indeed I have. Good hope, Leewin and Horn. Therefore I hold the right to stand before kings and to piss against the wind. If I dies in the sea, these 3 rings will pay in my wake. But not that'll happen now. Does that mean you'll not set sail again? I love the sea more than anything. My passion, my freedom, and my life. But there are many things about him we do not know. There are far from the coast and the deep dark things we still are unprepared to behold. Believe those things await deep down. Have you seen any of those things? No, but I know they're there. You may have heard 1 or 2 of the stories that the fishermen tell about things seen out there. It is naught but tales for young'uns, mere superstition from men too cowardly to face the dark. Any good seaman knows that in the strong wind a stretched rope can shake and sing. I myself have mistaken such keening for the wail of a child. But there was one time it was nothing of the sort. Then the sea howled. It was not thunder, nor a strong wave clashing with my ship, no. It was like a voice. It spoke to me in a language I cannot describe, a sound muttered by a living something, a call unlike anything I've heard before. And I understood. Oh god, this is a lot of dialogue. What did you understand? I understood there was no more freedom for me. The sea now had other lords, and whoever they were, I did know they would not share it. Alright, what happened then? As I navigated back to shore, I lost control of my ship in a great storm. The rocks of the cliffs did the rest. I do not know where the remains of my dear Augustina ended up. You can't have looked far. It was about 10 feet from here. With the passing of years and tides, I looked for them once for many moons, but all I found was the bar and the bottom of an empty glass. I've never returned to the shore since. May she forgive me. I mean, literally, dude. I have come to this town for the first time ever today, and I found your boat in about 3 minutes of being here. Now leave me be. Alright, we'll give him the bell, obviously. You have the gratitude of me and my whiskey. All that blathering worked up a right sore thirst. Though we gave him a drink too. There you go. Anyway, here's the bell. Why, that's the bell from the Augustine! Where on earth did you find it? I found it a few feet away, sir. I thought I would never see it again. I'll clean it and make it shine anew. Wickport Beach? Our peach? Where I must go. I must go straight away. Oh, to be reunited with my poor Augustine. What will remain of her? No, no, I dare not go. Oh, but I must. Spretzel, he must! Good day to you, sir. Alright. Now we go and see what he's doing up in the graveyard. I think I like the first game more so far. It was a lot snappier. This is a lot, and we're only on chapter 2 of... I mean, there's only 4 chapters still, but I still think...
Oh my god, 4 chapters?
Yeah, we'll be playing it forever.
It's never gonna end.
It's a 17-hour playthrough, plus 100 billion. This has been... It's not like, by the way, this has been here fucking ages. It's like covered in seaweed and shit.
Maybe it was just decorated that way.
Neither the cracks in your hull nor your flaking paint, none of it matters. You're beautiful as ever, Augustine. Today we watch the sun set together. Good sir, I cannot put into words what a great service you rendered this drunken knave. Just as you, a stranger, brought me to my lost treasure, may this old sailor's spyglass, in whatever way it can, help light the way to yours. Take it as a gift from my heart. Alright, we got the telescope.
Have fun watching your boat, sir.
Sorry, say that again?
I said have fun watching your boat.
Yeah, he's probably gonna fuck it. It's the door to the Church of Wickport. I mean, we can go in there, but I don't think that's it.
I would assume it's past the graveyard. I mean, the church.
I'm just gonna double check around here, but you may... Let's see. Oh, that's the top of the church. I was like, there's a cross on the floor. No, that is literally the top of the church. What is this? Just a building?
Yes.
How dare you?
How dare I have eyes?
Oh, I know what. I know where. It's actually a completely separate area.
Oh, well, that's rude.
Yeah, I remember it unlocking on the map now last time.
Crunchy feet.
We got Rose Carter.
Who are we meant to be dropping it off at?
That's a very good question. It's actually only an optional thing for an optional trophy. The compass points to this grave. What? This is a different one. There's something buried here. An engraved stone. It seems to be only half of a larger statuette. Okay, yeah, that isn't what we came here for. I actually think it's meant to be Rose here. I'm going to put it on their grave and see what happens. That'd be spooky. Alright, we got... The bells of the church, it seems to be the priest calling mass. Alright, so we got to do something here that's timed to see if we can get a trophy, okay?
Okay.
If we don't, it's not the end of the world. Now we wait here for a minute. And if it's worked, something will happen in about 30 seconds. I don't think it did.
I think you put it in the wrong grave.
Yeah. Well, we're just going to move on. Because it's not required for anything important. The walkthrough lied, baby. It said put it on the first grave. And that was bollocks! I need to start writing walkthroughs. And just write, Every other one is bollocks. Anyway, we can go see the priest now. Hey, wow. Oh, I like the footsteps in here. They're very ambient. Good morning. Good morning, my son. Does anyone ever come to Mass? The village has seen bleak times. Many have left and the rest have lost their faith. Every day I ring the bells, but no one answers. May God have mercy on their souls. Why do you suppose that is? I could not say. The mist that shrouds this coast, that shapes that swirl within, have long been the source of hearsay. But lately the stories people tell are not of pirates and smugglers, but something more sinister. Some say the devil himself has come to our shore. It's a rumour I dare not disregard. Are you personally acquainted with Professor Wright? Well, yes, of course. Adam is not merely a parishioner, but one of my closest friends. Since our youth, we enjoyed many scholarly things, but for sometimes quite fervent discussions. Well, I mean, this guy knows about the weird experiments, right? So, we know he does. Because the guy was like, oh, don't go down there and tussle with the monsters or whatever. He begins an anthropologist and myself a theologian. That is, until he fell ill. But since he is like that, I've not visited him. I must go. I will say, right, that's a bit mean. Like, oh, my friend gets sick, don't think I'm going to visit anymore. Wait a moment, please. I need to ask for a small favour. Please give this to Adam. I don't know if it'll mean anything to him now, but it'll bring peace to my soul if there is some token of friendship resting by his side.
You could just visit him, dude.
Well, it looks like we're just going to go and give him the picture because this guy's lazy as fuck. I feel like I have to do everything for everyone.
Yeah,
Put flowers on a grave, fucking, for some crazy woman.
I don't think she's crazy. I think
Listen, she's a woman in the 1800s, okay? If she has any emotions, she's insane. Look at her. That crazy look on that empty face. Alright. Time to start exploring. Hang on, was this open before?
I can't remember.
Oh, no, I know what's good. This is where I want to go. This was closed before. Alright, what do we have here? We have another cloth. We've been collecting these. A cage covered with an embroidered cloth. The end of the phrase is written on it, "A visitor will call." Well, we're going to steal that. Yoink.
We're a bit of a kleptomaniac, aren't we?
Yeah.
I feel like anyone who is in an adventure game is just inherently a kleptomaniac.
Oh, for sure. It's like a requirement of the genre. There is a key inside the chest. What? That's weird. Why would you put a key in a chest? Don't you put the key in the lock to open the chest?
Not if you're storing the key.
I mean, I guess that... But you could store the key in much more practical places, like, I don't know, a pocket instead of a 60-foot chest.
You think these people are practical?
They should be. They should be nomkins.
Listen, just because you're a nomkin doesn't mean you have to be practical. I mean, look at Pretzel Nomkin. She's not practical at all.
I think she's very practical. Practically perfect in every way. Professor Wright is not here.
Oh, you went out for walkies.
I mean, possibly. There's an open book on the floor. The Book of Birds. It's a compilation of legends related to birds. Some of the text has been marked. The birds were travelling to meet their king. When they reached a crossroads, the wretched crow tried to lead them astray and onto the path of mists. Many birds followed him and were lost forever beyond that veil. Only the wisdom of the crested hoopoe and the prudence of the red-feathered robin could lead the remaining 28 back onto the path of righteousness. Ever since, the birds have sung their praise, for without the hoopoe and the robin, silence would have fallen forever. Oh my god. Oh my god. There was a room that we went in, right, that had bird cages. And I can't remember... Oh, I think I did. It was through the library, I think. Or lounge. Lounge. The library. Would you come and join me in the drawing room? You mean the lounge?
You realize those are two different rooms,
they're
right?
not.
I'm pretty sure they are.
No, the doodling room and colouring in room are also different rooms.
What?
You have the drawing room, the doodling room, and the colouring in room.
Oh my god, shut up.
Okay, so we got to put one of the cloths on the Hopo cage, because that's the one from the books. I guess we need to find out which one's which first, which one's a Hopo. In this cage, there is a bird with a black head and orange breast. The sign is Pahula Proror.
It's the same word.
Inside there is a cage. There's a crow with black and grey feathers. The sign reads Corvus Cornix. Well, I know that is a crow in Latin, so that's fine. Inside the cage there is a small bird with black and white wings and a feathered crest. The sign reads Upupa Epops. Okay, that's one of the ones we need. That's one of the ones from the book, so we're going to put a cloth on that cage. And now it's just as loud in here because none of the other birds will shut the fuck up. Alright, let's see what's in here. We need a robin as well from the story. A bird with red feathers on its head and breasts. Erethicus arubica. That would be a robin, I would assume. The bird inside grows silent suddenly. All the birds have suddenly stopped their chittering.
That's not horrifying at all.
It sounds as if there's someone at the door. The door has been opened. We did not do that. Baby, I'm scared. All the music stopped. It's all ominous and buminous.
No.
Is there someone behind us there? Huh. 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 I keep going. Well, they're not at the door anymore. Have they gone to the bed? Is it Dr. Wright? Okay. Dr. Wright? Hello? Oh, there he is. Oh my god, Mr. Wright! The poor man who looks his heart gave out on him. His eyes, my god, they're fixed with an expression of utmost terror. Let me see, his fists are clenched. He's holding onto something. It's some kind of stone figurine. He's holding it tightly as if protecting it from someone. The figurine is beautifully carved, but it appears to be one half of a larger artifact. Well, we got both of those now. And now, we shall leave him to rest in peace. This is serious. I must break the news to Kaufman, and of course the local authorities will have to be informed. But first, let's go to the graveyard and solve a puzzle. No, I think we actually do this first. God, I have to do the German voice. Kaufman! What's the matter, Kaufman? Oh, he's dead, isn't he? Do not worry, I've given him a mild sedative. Okay. Basically the same thing. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Armitage. The innkeeper called me because he was worried about your friend. Pleased to meet you. I'm Dr. Wakefield. What are Kaufman's symptoms? Strong coughing, general feebleness, dizziness. It is too soon yet for a diagnosis. It could be a simple cold, but the sudden onset and severity of his symptoms is certainly a concern. He must be monitored for the next few hours at least. Sudden onset? He's been like this for fucking weeks, right?
Yeah.
Do not worry, Dr. Wakefield. I will remain here and take care of your friend. There'll be £10,000, please. This is before the NHS. Right, let's go to the graveyard. Hello? Well, that tree is all bendy, baby. Oh my god. Hello,
It's a
sir.
very bendy tree.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Wakefield. You come from town, don't you? You didn't answer, I know by your accent. Be careful round these cliffs, there's no place for tourists, it's hardly a place for anyone now. The man snorts. You best be on your way, strange things have been happening here. What do you mean? Seamen and fishermen alike swear to have heard voices in the rising tide, and human screams, some of them say. And there are some who claim to have witnessed ungodly things in the dead of night. I once saw a ghastly thing crawling out there among the rocks.
That
What
was just me going down to the shops.
Oh my god. What did you buy?
Probably sticky rice.
Oh my god, sticky rice?
Yeah.
Screams, you say? People have heard screams coming from the sea. Bloody drunks, they say the sea howls at them, as if that was something new. What did you see in the rocks? That thing, the one you saw in the rocks, can you tell me more about it? Late night it was, me on my boat, fishing. That's when I get the best catch. Then I saw it, not under the water as others say. It was on the rock, perched there, like it was smelling for something. The shape of it, like nothing I ever saw before, not walking on the earth nor swimming in the sea. The thing was big and hunched over like a crouching man. The way it moved, it made my flesh crawl. Whatever it was, the mist itself was its ally, hiding it from my bare eyes and in the end disappearing away together. I swear, should I see the horror again, I will take my most vicious harpoon and thrust it so deep in its wretched body they will have to bury them together.
Why? Just for standing there?
I guess so. So what are you doing up here? I come here when I can to watch the shore, just in case the thing comes back. The mist down there is too thick, I can't see better from here, even if my eyes are not what they used to be. Damn it, if I could somehow regain my once sharp eyesight, by God, I'd impale that abomination for sure. Well, just as well, we have this thing called a telescope. Do I give it to him? Here, would you help me watch the shore? Why, it's old to be sure, but this telescope's been patched up to a rare beauty. You have my thanks, stranger. I'm indebted. Huh? On the cliff there. Well, blow me if it isn't the Wright's old summer house. I thought it was entirely destroyed. Looks like you can get there using the old cliff path. Excuse me, did you say the Wright summer house? How do we miss this? It's fucking massive. Well, yes, I never saw it myself. I was too young at the time, but everyone around here knows the story. It was a terrible tragedy, you see. One night there was a landslide just beneath the house. Most of the building fell sheer into the sea, leaving only yonder ruins. Many died, though by a miracle young Master Wright was spared. Well, he's dead now. You can see it from here. Look, right there on the other side of the beach. Do you see it? Oh, now we've unlocked it. That's kind of cool.
And this is why you don't put the buildings right next to the sea.
It's very silly, Kin, right?
Although I think eventually everything on Earth is going to be swallowed up by the sea at some point or another, probably, unless it's like the highest peak.
I think the impending heat death of the universe is more likely than everything being swallowed by the sea eventually, I think. Like, everything, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't think it's going to happen in our lifetimes.
I don't think either of those things are, to be fair. We got a landslide here. Here we are at the cliff, baby. Alright, we need to combine these two together. Joined together, wow, beautiful face. The two pieces form an intricately carved figurine or idol. It's ancient, without a doubt. It's 4? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
There's a peculiar indentation in the stone. It's triggered some secret mechanism. There's a passage behind the fireplace it seems to lead into the cliff. This must be the underground entrance to the tunnel. I must go on. I forgot how to speak there briefly. There's a note on the floor. There's a tunnel. Whatever you find down here, do not stop. Great. So this is I think, probably a maze that we're going to have to navigate, but fortunately, as I'm an expert in navigation, this won't be an issue under any circumstances. Okay. What was that? Oh, I thought that was a person.
Is it a hole?
It's a hole, yeah. We're not going to go that way.
Don't worry about it. Nothing to see here.
So if we'd got the amulet, by the way, you need to leave it on a body in one of the rooms in this maze to get the trophy. It is some viscous substance. It would be some kind of fungus or maybe the decomposed remains of an animal. Lovely. Lovely. A different puddle? There's a lot of puddles in here, but I guess that makes sense. The thing I'm worried about finding is the piano, because he was like, the piano room is the dangerous room. Oh, well, it's dangerous for this person as well. Hello. These are human remains. The flesh is gone, but the bones are undisturbed. How long have they lain here? Why on earth did Professor Wright not alert the authorities? I must press on. What possible research could have led to this? It's probably the evil demonic research that was detailed in that note you read multiple times. Sorry if that's confusing. Do you hear the piano?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, whoever it is just left, maybe? Please? Oh, that's creepy. There's a grand piano placed in the middle of the room. Well, we don't need to do anything with it, we just need to keep going. Are these, like, ancient, like, ruins?
I don't... Didn't they say it was the summer house?
It doesn't look particularly summer housey to me, but maybe I'm not an expert on summer houses.
I mean, this is the 1800s. Maybe their summer house is...
A
really
castle.
old. Yeah.
Oh, what's this? The drawing represents a human figure stepping through some sort of archway or door. Well, I think I went the wrong way, but that's okay, because this is fascinating. Let's go this way now. There was creeping noises, Bub. Did you hear them? They were like, I'm a pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. I'm a pumpkin, pumpkin.
That's what it's saying.
Yeah. It's very weird. What's through here? This is just a dead end. This is getting very mazy now, Bubba. Very mazy indeed. But I think there may be another door in here that we need to go through. There's a strange metal device hanging from the ceiling. Bubby, it's a phone. It must be. All they need is some string and tie it to another one in another room and they can talk as much as they want. Amazing. Amazing. Hello.
So fun.
Something's like clunking and cluttering and spooking. What is this place? I'm guessing something's going to attack us here. A strange machine. It does not seem to be working anymore. Okay. Like a sewing workshop? Oh no, someone's been sleeping here. There's a note on the floor. Who was gone will be back not the same, but somehow changed, because that which lurks behind the door waits, and no one that has crossed through can hope to escape its blessing. I must tell Kaufman about all of this. If he's alive. These clothes are torn down to unrecognizable shreds. There's a tag in here with 2 initials. H.A. This looks like a portal to another world. Like a permanent one.
Yeah.
There's a large archway carved on the stone wall of the cave. Yeah. Yeah. I think they might have been doing some bum things down here.
No,
Like-
I think it's fine.
I definitely prefer... Does that look an arm to you? What was that? We need to leave now. We need to leave now. We need to... Baby, I can't leave. It's not clickable. Baby, it's not... Baby.
It's fine, just keep going.
I actually genuinely can't. We have to go look. This looks like a Pete. Look.
Yeah, it looks like an arm, really.
Yeah, an arm, like poking out. Pete, if it runs on all fours, they're all Pete's.
How dare you? How dare you say that?
Part of the wall stone seemed to have dislodged from it, leaving behind a large dark hole. Something's having a little slurpy time. Okay, that's not what I expected, I'm going to be honest with you. That's the end of the second episode.
Oh, okay.
The adventure continues in Chapter 3. Let's go straight away. Previously on The Lost Door. As a necessary step to understand the mysterious disappearance of Dr. Wakefield's patient, Jeremiah DeWitt, the doctor and his colleague, Johann Kaufman, visited the manor of Professor Wright years before. No, they didn't do that years before. Years before, Wright had been Kaufman's mentor in the occult, but since then, he'd been afflicted with a mental condition and could remember nothing. They discovered that Wright's research had been funded by the Playwright, the secret organization led by Alexander Dupree. While Kaufman lay in bed due to a sudden illness, Wakefield followed the clues left by the eccentric Professor Wright. Leading to the darkness of an underground labyrinth, there was something waiting down there, alive but imprisoned in the cave. In the deepest chamber of the tunnel, Wakefield met the dreadful result of Professor Wright's final experiment, which had been an attempt to cross the last door using fear as the key. For 3 days, you must wait. alone amongst these dead stones. Only then will you be ready.
Okay.
Okay, bye! To complete your journey, Mr. Ashdown. That's the initials we found on that thing, by the way. H.A. He's probably the monster, I'm gonna guess. Anyway, skip. I think I can remember. Its terrible screech. But it was not that of an animal. There was something human in it. A desperate cry for forgiveness. But what are these noises? I mean, I think it's him running away, right?
Yeah.
God, I hate this noise, actually. I can't click or anything, I don't think. I'm gonna keep walking right in the hopes that's the way out, because it kind of was, ish, right? Well, I found the way out.
Yeah, it's the way out.
It's a way out.
No.
It's not the way out. They found me on the beach unconscious, clutching the piece of wood that had saved me from drowning. When I last awoke, the letter was waiting on my table. Liver Wakefield, I write this letter in my last moments of lucidity. I have not yet received word from you since I regained consciousness, but I'm confident you will soon return with information that is crucial to our investigation. The bravery that you demonstrated in the face of these latest discoveries is worthy of the most sincere admiration. P.S. I'm dead. I must now ask you to yet more courage. The doctors were unable to determine the cause of my sudden illness, nor have they found a cure. I have not much time left. My greatest regret is that I must abandon you to the difficult task that lie ahead. I implore you to persevere, now that we are so close to finding an answer. The professor's documents were filled with references to a place of dark legend, the Cron Meen, an ancient sanctuary on the island of Ellis Moore. The exact location of the Cron Meen has been lost, but the professor believed that its secrets may explain why his experiments met with such disastrous results. You must find this place, my friend. I do not need to remind you to exercise the utmost discretion. I have complete trust in you. Do you think he'll show up alive and is like the leader of the cult or some shit? No, he's buried. Okay. Always your friend, Johann, very dead, Kaufman. Well, probably shouldn't have left him in the hotel, really.
Yeah. He was probably murdered, you know.
I mean, he might have been. With Kaufman gone, I found myself lost and my life suddenly devoid of meaning. It was though my friend had written a letter to a person who no longer existed. Weeks passed, maybe months, I did not count the time, but the day came when I realized there was no other option. To honor my friend's memory, I had to keep looking. I had to find Jeremiah DeWitt. Wherever he was. I can see the island in the distance, Ellis Moore. The reunion. And here we are, the island of Ellis Moore. Thank you so much. Bye. According to Kaufman's letter, the legendary Cron Meen can be found here. As Kaufman emphasized, they must exercise discretion. For all I know, the playwright is watching. Totally is. Right? What a lovely village. We're sneaking around, Bubba, okay? No one will suspect a thing as we steal this. An abandoned wheel, a peculiar cog, is attached to it. Based on a cog's workmanship, it looks like it was part of a complex industrial mechanism, but someone's tried to fit it crudely to the broken bicycle wheel. How on earth did it come to be in a village like this? Well, I feel that's clearly part of some ancient mechanism, right? Excuse me, are you Mr. Wakefield?
I mean, it's not hard to guess. I'm guessing there's only like 10 people in this entire village.
12, actually. And a puppy. I am. I have a message from Lord Donan. Lord Donan? This is like fucking the Wicker Man. Our most recent visitor, Mr.
Off
Wakefield.
my island.
I'm getting that vibe. I'm definitely getting Wicker Man vibes here. It is customary in Ellis Moore to welcome strangers with hospitality. I should be honoured if you were to accept this invitation to join me at my manor for dinner and amiable conversation. Your new friend, Lord Donan. Lord Donan. Donan. Okay, so we have Donan Manor on the map. I guess it's time to head to Donan Manor then. It's not as fun as Donan Kebab. That was good, right? Well, Dr. Wakefield, you are here on holiday then?
Bullshit.
Yes, indeed. I come to enjoy a rest somewhere far from the stresses of city life. I see. Well, if it's distractions you come looking for, you've chosen the right time of year for it. This is totally the Wicker Man. There's going to be some, like, phallic festival going on. These days, we celebrate a very special tradition of our kin. Something unique. We call it the Festival of Reunion. Fascinating. May I ask what does it entail? According to our traditions, the next 3 nights, the spirits of reunion leave the confines of the other side and roam the hills of Ellis Moore. We wear costumes and masks so the spirits will not recognize us and make us targets of their mischief. Certain rites take place too. But I should not bore you with the details. You shall have occasion to see for yourself. Okay, right. This is close to the plot of The Wicker Man. And if we end up getting burned alive at the end of this, I'd be very upset, okay? It's not exactly the same, but still. There are 2 engraved panels on the wall. They appear to be ancient, but you cannot decipher their meaning. The odd mosaic adorns the floor. It depicts 2 snakes biting each other. They're just kissing. Look at them. Look how cute that is. There are 2 engraved panels on the wall. They appear to be ancient, but I cannot decipher their meaning. I didn't do anything. Anyway, let's talk to him some more, I guess. Oh, we can ask him about it. I cannot help notice this remarkable mosaic. It looks authentic. Yes, it is, although some historians might disagree. Believe the manor was built atop an ancient Roman villa. In our traditions, the double serpent represents a sentinel that protects us from the terrible threat hidden within itself.
Okay, then.
That's a bit weird. Engraved panels. These panels on the wall represent a classical theme. I cannot seem to place it. They are panels of the first king of Ellis Moore. In the days of the Druids, we worshipped the great god Lugh, and our kings did right by those beliefs. I'm guessing they still do, by the way. Thank you for your invitation. My sincere thanks for your warm welcome. You need not thank me, I simply observe our traditions. Alright, bye. Or not. I can't leave yet. I guess there's maybe something in the room that I need to click on that isn't him. Oh, the statue. A large statue of a person. It's so eroded by the passage of time it's difficult to tell any specific detail. Okay, yeah, the statue. The statue is remarkable. May I ask what it represents? It is Lugh, a hero and high king of our myths. You seem to be knowledgeable of Ellis Moore's folklore. I should very much like to learn about the island's history in more detail. It is true that we in Ellis Moore cleave to the ancient traditions. We haven't lost touch like some of those on the mainland, but I'm no expert. If you really are interested, you should talk to Miss Foster. Please forgive my indiscretion, but you consider yourself a religious man, Dr. Wakefield? What do I say? What one won't get me burned? Okay, I just scrolled down and saw the name of a trophy for this section, and we're fucked. And I'm very upset.
No.
Anyway, no or yes?
I don't know. Pick one.
Yes! No! Maybe! No, I do not. You seem so certain. Might I ask why? I'm a man of science. My only faith is the belief that all phenomena can be explained through rational inquiry. Everything else is mere superstition, a result of fear of the unknown. I see. Let us take a walk by the lake. From there we can find the beauty of the island as we talk and be the better for it. Oh, I got a trophy for being certain in my beliefs, by the way. The marsh in this valley is for simpletons, a wellspring of frightful tales. The educated among us enjoy the tales as little more than distractions, knowing us as safe from these visions. We know these stories to be nothing but superstition. But how can we be so sure that in the dense mist that emanates from the stagnant water we may not find passages to other worlds? What if the wails that drift from the reeds in the darkest of nights are the songs of those from our worst nightmares? Many of the gods that men worship for millennia now lie buried in the common grave of oblivion. In Ellis Moore we keep our traditions alive. Oh, they change just as times do, but they always keep their essence. These are our roots, Doctor.
Don't go by the cliff.
I think it's a lake.
Either way.
I must now take my leave, as my presence is required to start the rituals of reunion. Feel free to continue your walk on your own. The village can be found just beyond, sorry.
Those hills.
Oh. As I mentioned earlier, you may wish to speak with Miss Foster. She is something of a resident expert on Ellis Moore's history. She can often be found working late at the school, the building right across from the quay. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Farewell, Dr. Wakefield. It's been a pleasure, Lord Donan. I don't know, but the next time I see him, I think he'll be dressed in some ritual sacrifice robe waiting to kill us. Just got that vibe. Huh. Oh, ooh! Oh, they're wearing the outfits, right? I was like, furries?
Flippin' no.
This is how it works, Bubba. Alright, back to the village we go. There was a very homely looking building we saw before, so we're gonna go there. This is a graveyard, this is not a homely building. Leave! Leave! Oh, hang on. I am meant to go in the graveyard. Oh my god, I'm sorry everyone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just a bit unusual location for a schoolhouse, a graveyard.
Yeah, you know.
You alright, guys?
Oh, hi.
I believe they were burying mirrors in a hole in the ground. What a peculiar tradition. Let's just move on. If we talk, we're probably dead. I think this might be our resident historian. Good evening. To what do I owe the pleasure? I'm a busy woman, as you can see.
I don't think you're busy. You have 2 pieces of paper.
Yeah, but they got the most advanced maths problems in history on them, Bubba. 4 plus 4?
Oh my god.
4 times 4?
Oh my god. You can't.
You know what's written on the back? 4 divided by 4.
Oh my god.
The world ends if that happens, because it just consumes everything. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I come here to Ellis Moore to rest for a while. Lord Donan said that I might find you here. Have you met Lord Donan? It's been so long since I've seen him here in the village. I hope he is well. Whatever that said. Dr. Wakefield, welcome to Ellis Moore. I think this is Irish, right? It must be? Gaelic or something. So have you not seen Lord Donan lately? As far as I know, no one's seen him since... Well, it's been a few weeks. Now the festival has started, maybe he'll be motivated to join us in the village. What happened? Did something happen? Oh, sure, it was truly terrible. Kieran, his only child, disappeared without a trace. He went off to play in the hills and just vanished. No one has seen him since. Good lord, and you say he's not been found yet? How's that possible? We all searched the island, but he was nowhere to be found. Well, he's clearly on a mad path of revenge.
Yep.
What can you tell me about Kieran? Just that he was a restless child who loved exploring deserted areas. You might learn more from his classmates. His desk was in the back corner. This is literally the plot of the fucking Wicker Man, by the way, the missing child. Festival of Reunion. What can you tell me about the Curious Festival? Well, it takes place when the constellation Reunion is visible in the sky. On those nights, dark things and spirits ride the winds that travel across the hills. As you may have already seen, at sunset the villagers don masks. They do so that the spirits will not know them, or carry them away to the depths of their underground caves. Okay, the people at the graveyard. Yeah, that was one of the first rites to the reunion, a very important one. As I said, people dress up to protect themselves from those that will come. But this is not enough, since the mirrors they have looked into while changing know their identities. They bury them to the old Fearnog. The roots of this tree grow in both worlds at the same time, so they keep the witnesses' mirror safe. Okay, any more crazy traditions here? I skipped that. I'm sorry. The laird guy told us that this woman was an expert. He said that, did he? Well, I wouldn't call myself an expert now, but I've lived here in Ellis Moore longer than most, and I've heard my fair share of stories about the other side and its people. I want to apologise, by the way. I know this isn't pronounced Ellis Moore, but I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm going with Ellis Moore. Okay? But it's not, because it's got like the fiddly accent thing above certain letters. Might I ask you a question, Miss Foster? Yes, of course. Do you know the meaning of the word Cron Meen? It's a very unusual word, very much indeed. The Cron Meen is the sanctuary of the Crooked One. It is a cursed place, the dwelling of the devil. I recall it from the tales that I heard as a child. Of our elders only made up those tales to scare us and protect us from harm. And crooked devil or demon could be a Crom Cruach. That's an Irish devil. Please tell me the story of the Cron Meen. Alright. There's a hole in the ground up in the hills, not too far from the village. A hole so dark and deep you'd not see the end. Folks around here believe there lies an old serpent at its depths, ravenous for flesh, the Crooked One. Long ago, our ancestors threw livestock into the pit in the hope of placating the Crooked One's hunger, though that tradition has not been practiced for some time, so perhaps it would be best if you did not approach the hole. It is said the last area of the Ladesend once defied the Crooked One by approaching the rim with an iron amulet in her hand. It is general knowledge that beings from the other side detest iron, so the cursing and shouting of the young Ladesend received no immediate answer. But a few nights later, the Ladesend's house was consumed in a horrific blaze, putting an end to the old family. Oh, what a lovely story. I must go now. It's been a pleasure. No, it hasn't. The pleasure was mine. Enjoy your time on Ellis Moore. Okay, so in The Wicker Man, as part of the investigations, the cop fishes drawings out a bin, which is what we're about to do here. There's a drawing in this bin.
Oh, God.
Oh, there's a dragon burning a house. There's a child's drawing. There seems to be a village lake and some sort of creature. Also in Wicker Man, you investigate the child's desk at school and find weird shit inside it, which is what we're about to do now. This is a bit different. A paper with black circles painted on it. I wonder if we have to overlay it on something. Shall I try that? I don't actually know, but I'm going to try. No. I was trying to, go advanced in the puzzles, baby. Oh my god.
Is this a side quest? Does this have anything to do with the main story?
I don't know. I think it does, yeah. I think there must be some other stuff in here, but I don't exactly know where. Oh. Well, we just opened the desk this time. There's some kind of worm screw inside. The remains of an insect beside it, and some drawings engraved on the desk. That is literally the drawings from the Wicker Man. I will take the drive with me. It will prove myself useful. Actually, probably not literally, but there definitely is carvings, you know. So we have a screw and a weird drawing from here. They'll dance around the burrow they'll sing. It's cold inside as winter. Don't get too close, or else they'll pull you in. We have such lovely legends in our folklore around here, you know. So Crom Cruach would mean twisted or humpback or something like that, I think, in Gaelic. Which makes sense. What should you call it? The snake could be of that kind, that devil.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Did we go through the other door here? I should check that quickly. I didn't know. By the way, these guys here, they're ominous. What animals are they? We've got a deer. I can't actually tell. It's too hard.
There's a wolf. There's possibly a deer.
A bear, maybe?
Bear or badger.
Yeah.
And I don't know the other one because it's facing away, but it has a nose that's like very shrewish, but it's pixels, so it could be shrewish, it could be a beak, it could just be nothing at all. I have no idea.
But they're spooks. Oh, there's a puppy, I think. There actually is a puppy on the island, shit. An old rowboat filled with stale water. Something sticking out the water. A worn-out umbrella. It looks like it will rain anytime soon, but there might be a purpose for it. Okay. Well, I don't know what any of this stuff is for at the moment, but let's keep exploring. And hope no one tries to kill us. I'm not overly optimistic about that, to be honest with you.
I think everything is gonna kill us.
I will say, this is a really cool setting. There isn't many British folklore-based games. There's the excavation of Hobbs Barrow, which is really, really good. All the villagers are gone. That's a little worrying. Oh, look, a bottle. We can use the umbrella to scoop it. A paper is rolled up inside the bottle. God remains silent as the fog settles. We may look for the king beyond the clouds, but find the queen with a fiery crown. Okay. Isn't that thrilling?
The most.
Alright, let's head into the hills.
You know, it's not a very small island, this.
No, it's a reasonable size. You alright, guys? You want to look at this drawing? The kid doesn't seem... That's a kid. I found this drawing at school. Is it yours? That? No, Kieran painted it a long time ago. The drawing is Kieran's. There could be a clue here of his whereabouts. Maybe he's been eaten by a dragon.
Maybe.
What is this? That's the crooked one. They say a villager defied it, and the next day her house was burned to the ground. They say it was the crooked one paying her back. That's where the house where Kieran found the treasure. Do you know how to get there? Sure, it's easy. Oh, we're getting it on the map. Well, that was handy. Alright, thanks, bye! Although, let's see if there's a way out this way. Okay! Okay! I didn't know that was there. We're just gonna leave and pretend we didn't see it. Okay, so... I'm pretty sure in lore to do with Cron Meen as well, he lives in a pit. And sort of writhes around at the bottom in fire and shit. Having a good time.
As long as they're having a good time.
Oh, great. That is an actual Wicker Man. A wicker statue sporting a pair of animal horns. The twigs look fresh. Great. Just fucking great. We've got a mailbox. You would not have mailboxes. An envelope is very old. It's stamped returned and there's a letter inside.
Okay.
My dear cousin, I'm doing poorly. I would ask that you not call upon me here at Ellis Moore. Not now, not ever again. Please keep grandmother's ring. I believe that she would have wanted you to have it. Yours faithfully, Bridget.
Well.
There's something else in the envelope. I'm going to guess a ring. Oh, look. An iron ring. Oh! Oh, that's what was used to fight the thing. Or piss it off, right? Okay. So these things... The monster hates iron. Probably important to remember that.
I mean, fairies in general do.
The house is falling apart. I must tread with care. Hang on, what did you say fairies do?
Yeah, fairies.
I didn't know that. This is way bigger inside.
I don't
than
know
it looks.
if eldritch horrors count as fairies, but yeah.
A metal trapdoor. It seems to lead to some sort of basement. Okay. Is that a dead body? I think it might be. Let's ignore it for now. I think this basement might have once housed a library. It looks as though it was not burned as badly as the rest of the house. Even so, little here remains intact. Remains of the book scorched by the fire. Most of the pages are ashy or black, and so the text is illegible. A common carpenter's brace. A tool like this would be useful for drilling holes in wood. It could be useful later. Oh, I bet we have to drill the holes like that thing we saw, the diagram. What else is in here? The table's been upended. That looks like a body there. I don't know why we're not interacting with it, but whatever. An ornate chest. It's inside untouched by the fire. It was probably open long after the inferno died down. There's a diary inside. I will say, this place looks great for somewhere that was burned by a dragon. It is signed Bridget Lessend. Several pages towards the end are missing. 17th August 1801. Words cannot express the gratitude I feel for Aunt Marie's bequest. May her dear soul rest in peace. The house is just what I needed to still my nerves after the exhausting pace of life in Dublin. I would not have thought to find such a remarkable library hidden away in the basement. It includes several magnificent tomes on the most picturesque customs of our land. I found Aunt Mary's diaries next to an old iron disc, but the contents of the diaries were appalling. What could have happened that dear old Mary would write such things? The damnable place that she speaks of, I must know if it really exists. I am resolved to investigate our family's crypt. It would be prudent to wait until dusk before travelling to the Northern Cape so as not to be seen. The abbey was in such a state of decay that it was near impossible to find the mural painting in the dark. Fortunately, a dim light happened to shine through a gap in the wall, illuminating the face of the sentinel. I believe Aunt Mare's iron disc is needed to open the secret passage. Is this the legacy of the Laidsend? I can stand to bear it no longer. Fire will put an end to this blasphemy and cleanse the land of our family's curse, and should the fire prove insufficient, may this testimony serve as a warning. Miss Laidsend must have found something abhorrent in the family's crypt. If I could find out what it was, I may learn more about the Cron Meen. My intuition tells me that I must act tonight, or else it will be too late. Why? Just intuition?
Just like a gut.
Alright, well, we're going to leave for now. I will say this is like a kind of cool, sort of like haunting environment. It's a nice change for the game. Oh! It's probably nothing.
Listen, why would you have a Wicker Man unless you were gonna burn it?
I mean, that's true. It's just a waste of a Wicker Man, really, otherwise, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, we've got a few things we need to do down here. So we've got this barrel here. We're going to use the iron brace on here for some reason. I may be able to drill in a hole in the barrel using this brace. And then we're going to use the bottle to gather what's in there. Which means we have... Now there's a hole in the barrel. I've managed to push the bottle in a bit. And I managed to fill it with oil. Okay. The kids were over here, right? The ones we spoke to. Oh, well, they're not here anymore. But there is something. It is a drawing of some sort of spiked circle. Is it the sun or something else?
I mean, technically it's dirt.
The child I spoke to earlier seems to have left his mask here. There's a ribbon hanging from it. Oh no, Beppy! We have to follow it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna blow away multiple times to different locations. This is the ribbon that was hanging from the mask.
Oh, you little bastard.
Well, I guess it's probably guiding us somewhere important, so let's just keep going this way. We haven't been this way yet. There's the ribbon that was snatched by the wind. I can see a lighthouse in the distance. Alright, we've got a lighthouse unlocked too.
Huzzah.
We got the ribbon. A red ribbon. I think it was part of the child's mask that was left behind in the hills. Alright, I guess we're going to go to the lighthouse now. No, don't look at the fence. Go to the lighthouse like a little lighthouse-shaped numpkin. Oh, this is spooky. Oh, another Wicker Man. This one's having a great time.
Just hanging out.
Being a Wicker Man?
Yeah.
Just doing its best, living its best life. I'm gonna go a gamble and say someone's gonna set that on fire. You know. A white copper pipe.
We discussed this.
Yes. That's true. Why wouldn't you burn it? It's covered in salt and seaweed. Oh, that was someone there. It sounds like I attracted someone's attention downstairs.
I mean...
Oh, we're not going to take it. I mean, you did knock out their plumbing.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening. Would you happen to be the lighthouse keeper? My name is Wakefield. A stranger. And what would he want from me? I'm visiting the island. The lighthouse caught my eye. And since it's dark, you thought it would be abandoned? Well, it's not. Even though I can barely see a thing, this is my house. Why is the lamp not lit? Do not let it concern you. Many years ago, the sea lanes were altered to avoid this coast. Now it's rare indeed to see a ship in these waters. After the accident, the lighthouse was never repaired. You say there was an accident. What happened? I was checking the lenses because the failure looked so very strange, and I was worried. All of a sudden, the light must have turned on. I was blinded, and I can see nothing but fleeting shapes ever since. That's unfortunate. And the lamp's not been fixed since? No, no one in the village is interested. For them, the more isolated Ellis Moore is, the better. They do not care about ships or accidents, especially Lord Donan. He sees anything coming from the outside the island a threat. Wow, he was two-faced as fuck then. Was there a failure in the mechanism? Precisely that. One stormy afternoon, I heard a strange noise up in the light room. The clockwork mechanism had stopped working, and the lamp was off. I'd never seen a failure like that. I could not get the lighthouse working again. I see. Kieran. A tragedy it was. A strange one, but a tragedy nonetheless. Was his disappearance strange? I mean, he disappeared without trace on an island of 40 people. That's pretty strange.
It is.
I just find it a bit suspicious that it happened so close to the reunion. It's too easy to be keeping secrets during the festival, being how everyone's afraid of leaving the village those nights. What do you mean? You know! Look, folks here are gullible. They do anything to protect themselves from their strange fears. They'll not eat corn, not drink milk, or they'll dig graves for their mirrors, and of course they'll avoid standing near a fear nog too long, because though the fiends cannot touch the tree, they're attracted to the smell of resin. But surely it's all nonsense. Look, it's really easy to prove it all wrong. Just don't follow the rituals. You're a stranger to our ways, but have you seen any of the things I mentioned? Yeah, I saw a group of people in the village burying mirrors. Exactly. What do you think would have happened if you unburied those mirrors? That a band of goblins would come to the marshes to steal them? Nothing but nonsense. Okay, any more about the disappearance? I'd admit I'm not sure what happened to the boy, but one thing I am sure of, the Festival of Reunion is nothing but a farce, and it would be just so easy to prove it. Okay. Can I visit the light room anyway? I want a view of the surrounding countryside. Well, I do not think you'll see anything really, but if you're interested, I guess you may. Alright. Thank you for the pleasant conversation. I must go. He was surprisingly nice. I'd like to visit the light room now if I may. Yes, yes, you've already had my permission. Okay, fuck off then. Alright. So we need to use these things we have here. We got to put the cog in. And then we're going to use the ribbon as a drive belt. The cog is a missing piece of the mechanism. Replaced it, however, the mechanism is too rusty to move. Now I can oil the mechanism without worrying about it leaking. Oh, it's not using it as a drive belt. I think that would have been cooler. Alright, let's oil it. The cog was missing piece of the mechanism. It's been replaced, and the mechanism has been well oiled. It will now be easy to wind, and now it's back to life. And they don't need the battery, so let's fucking yoink the shit out of that, huh? Looks like the lamp is lit by some sort of electric switch, however the battery is flat. Perhaps I can find a way to recharge the battery. Oh god, we're helping them? Fuck. I guess the lighthouse keeper was nice. Alright, let's get out of here. By the way, I fixed your lighthouse, loser. You right there? No one set him on fire. Alright. Did you hear that? Oh, it's a bird or some shit. I thought it was someone going... It's a safety bicycle. I do not understand how they managed to keep balance with such small wheels. It looks quite new, but the chain is broken.
You shouldn't judge a bike like that.
Listen, we're just nomkins. We're going to combine the ring with the bike chain in a thing that I did not expect us to use this ring for. The ring fits perfectly on the chain. I'm sorry to use Bridget's grandmother's ring in such a manner. Still, maybe I can now get a bicycle to work. So now, we're going to use the chain on the bike, and then we're going to use it to battery charge the battery, like to cycling. The tires are too threadbare. I don't see how I can ride it safely, but at least the chain rotates. Okay, stop making the creepy noises. What was that sound? Just fucking charge it. Now the bicycle is fixed, if I attach one of the cogs to the battery's dynamo, I may be able to provide a fresh charge. Would this really work? Like, I understand the concept, but...
I don't know.
I managed to charge the battery by attaching the dynamo to the bicycle's cog. Oh, there's another wicker man here. The statue's been torn down and replaced by a wicker one. Oh, poor statue. It's been replaced. Alright, let's go and light the lighthouse. I'm really glad I didn't ask for permission every time again. Can I go up? Sure. Hopefully the battery has enough charge to keep the lighthouse lit for a few hours. Alright. Oh, it's on fire now. The Wicker Man's been set on fire too. He keeps doing this. Okay, that actually made me jump slightly. That's bum bubby. Alright, now we're back in the village. We're going to do what the man suggested and prove them crazy by digging up the mirrors.
I feel like we're gonna kill the entire island.
Worth. Okay? I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure about this. Well, I dug it up and exposed it. I think that's all I can do at the moment. Oh, there was a noise. What was that? Oh, great.
Hey. How's it going?
They're dressed as the demon, right? Okay. If we have to follow this, this is again just like Wicker Man. Where he follows somebody in a body mask around thinking they're the main bad guy. He's not too wrong, but still. Yeah, with this again, it seems to be heading east. Oh, there he goes. Look at him. Look at his little peaks.
Hey there.
I feel like this is a massive
shuffle,
trap.
shuffle.
I'm guessing he went in here. An all-night lever is built into the wall. Apparently the lever is not working. Okay, I think I figured out what we need to do. Oh, at least I thought I had. Let's go around and have a look. The windmill. Something's preventing it from spinning. I guess it's not the screw? What about this? A strange mechanism runs from the mill shaft into the building. It seems to be lacking a small piece. Oh, that's where the screw goes. There we go. There we go. Now, hopefully the lever in here will actually work, Bubby, instead of me just being awkwardly flicking it. Huzzah! Oh, no. Is that someone tied up? They're puppets.
Yeah. This is weird.
A painted man-sized wooden doll. It represents an old lady. A painted man-sized wooden doll. It represents a king. Well, this is a little creepy, right? Oh, there's our guy. Hi. The stranger's mask is lying on the floor. What is happening in this room? Something is under the mask. An old iron disc, a drawing of a spiked circle is engraved in it. Okay, I guess we're leaving that here. I don't like this, by the way. What is going on in this room that we can't see? We're just gonna leave, okay? Goodbye, creepy rooms. Oh, God. That's like the closest you get to kids' entertainment on this island, I guess. Oh, this one's on fire too. Egad, now this statue is burning too. Is someone following me?
Yes.
Alright. We're going to go somewhere we haven't been yet, which is the old abbey. Oh, another Wicker Man. I wonder what's going to happen to this one.
Absolutely nothing.
Just going to be chill. Maybe have an ice bath.
Yeah.
The Wicker statue sounds like a silent guard. Its presence makes me uncomfortable as though I trespassed on forbidden grounds. You have. Oh. Okay, so something must be showing up here that I don't fully understand. Oh, I see here. The dome appears to be Roman in origin. It's better conditioned than other rooms. Here, something's happening, look. The light has revealed a mural painting on the stones, just as it did for Brigid nearly a century ago. That was a century? I thought it was like last week! According to the diary, the light from the lighthouse revealed the eyes of the sentinel. Well, I could definitely see the spooky eyes. Alright. I don't really get this, but we'll see. A pair of evil eyes seem to glitter in the dark. And we shove the plate in its mouth. The hidden entrance is now open. Well, that was spooky dooky. What was that sound? I'm gonna guess it's someone setting the Wicker Man on fire back here. We'll go and check just for, you know, continuance's sake.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Burning
toasty.
again. Bye. I'm just going to assume they're just having a barbecue, Bubby, okay? A delicious barbecue. I feel like we may be close to finding out what happened to Akira in here. The tunnel descends deep into the earth. Will I find the Lycian crypt at the bottom or something? Dear God, I'm reeling, Kaufman. My friend, your faith in me was misplaced. I cannot. No, I will persevere. I'm going to be honest with you, dude. Last time you were in a dark cave, like a scissor man chased you, and I don't blame you for running at all.
Yeah.
Do I like, oh, I'm scissor man, I'm scissoring? Wow, this looks totally fine. Some old pages lay haphazardly on the coffin lid, as though they had been dropped here from the upper hill long ago. They bear faint notes written in a trembling hand. Down in this unholy burrow in the feared Cron Meen, our worst nightmares crawl and die. Resting down here are the dauntless, those who dared enter the lair of the snake and the bird. Ah, so the snake's buddies with the bird.
Ah.
Each of those men and women crossed the path between. They walked through the mist to the other side where the ultimate truth screams in terror, and then they returned. These are my ancestors. Amongst the dead stones of the Cron Meen lie the proud Lightsend, reduced to something far worse than dust or ashes. Could this blasphemy in the coffin be Aunt Mare's true legacy? No, I shall accept this fate for myself. The engraving on the coffin is so badly eroded that the name is barely readable. Melisend. That's not how you read that, by the way. Mark.
Oh, hey.
That is not human. And someone sealed me in. Excellent.
Running in the dark.
I feel like we're doing this quite a lot lately, I'm going to be honest with you. Seekers of truth will sacrifice their wisdom. So, to open the way to where the fear nog blooms, your offspring we welcome its hidden threat. Only the light of your sign will carry its purge.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm not going to make the joke I was going to make. You know what I was going to say? You know what I was going to say.
Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, look at the gnome kids. Ain't all their expensive fursuits? Must have cost thousands. They're so rich on this island, bub.
Yeah.
Oh, hi there. Gotta keep walking. Gonna be a voidkin. Make friends with the bird or snake, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's okay. We're not all mean. It's just rumors. Just word on the street is a lie."
No, it's just a big eye.
How dare you call me big? I'm just big-eyed. Wait, you called me a big eye? That's what I get. I think we may have actually crossed through the void, right? Oh yeah, look! Is that what's his face? I can't tell, they all look the same. David? Yeah, it is! Dun dun dun! We finally found our protagonist from the first one, who's probably done unspeakable nightmarish things. And the story will continue in what, Bubby? Chapter 4. Which is actually technically not the final chapter, because there is a final scene finale after it. But the final scene is only like 10 minutes long, so... We're almost at the end, and I feel like absolutely nothing has been resolved whatsoever, with only one chapter to go.
Well, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, see you soon, everyone. Well, it's this video, actually. In a second. Okay. Here is episode 4, Beyond the Curtain. Previously on The Last Door. After Kaufman's sudden death, Dr. Wakefield travels to the island of Ellis Moore to search for the ancient Cron Meen, the supposed path to the side. I just had a thought. Kaufman was in both games, and ultimately he did fuck all.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely nothing of note. He may as well just have not been there. He discovers the island's inhabitants hide a terrible secret that instills primordial terror in ritual subjects for them to cross the door and come back as hideous abominations. Wakefield is himself subjected to this ritual and transported to an endless... I did not get this at all, by the way. Where he finally seems to meet his missing patient, David. He must be stopped. We're playing as Dupree. I can tell because he's the only blonde character in the game. We have not come this far. To see our work ruin now. Skip. I love that beginning bit, it's great. We left the black waves of that sea behind and walked through the mist. At times, gusts of wind parted the mist, revealing a barren landscape under a dying sun. At first, I could not contain my questions, but DeWitt's only reply was a grave silence. Eventually, I lapsed into an uneasy quiet and resolved to follow my patient, I knew not where. We wandered through the vast desert without any apparent goal. Vague shapes appeared in the distance, crumbling towers and abandoned cities, lost amongst the rippling dunes. The passage of time lost its meaning. I traversed that world all my life. All the world's life. Our journey was eternity. Then the man at my side, whom I followed for so long, stopped. He spoke for the first time. We are nearing the threshold. It's the starting point, Doctor. The first place to look. I will be waiting on the other side. Remember this. I will not be here forever. Darkness will light your way, but then you'll be alone. Season 2, Episode 4 is Beyond the Curtain. Okay. What could my companion have meant? This seems a pretty chill place. Not too bad. The threshold, I knew of this. Strange memories returned to me of another life. Why is that so fast? And those cryptic words, darkness will light your way. It was not the first time I'd heard them. Oh, do I just have to take my hand off the mouse when they appear completely? I guess? They were from a dream, a terrible dream, when I began to follow the trail of my missing patient and take my first steps to uncovering the secret world of the Veil. It's foggy, baby. Hi. Hi. Look at the gnomekins. Oh my god, they're like praying and stuff. These ruins, built by beings long forgotten, grant access to the last threshold. You're welcome to enter the ruins, but you will need to find your own key in order to reach the threshold.
Well, that's just rude.
Yeah, I just like, I'm a guest here, okay? Like, holy shit. The man at the entrance said these ruins contain the access to the threshold, but I see nothing. DeWitt said it's the starting point, the first place to look. Darkness will light your way. What did he mean? He meant bollocks. He was writing bollocks. Okay? It looks like a poster from a theatrical show, but it has neither a title nor a date. I'm guessing it's the same one from before, the four, like... Perhaps it will prove useful. Yeah, because one of them's dead. Right? Which one of them is... Oh, the one that hung himself. Yeah. I forgot about that. That was like 6 hours ago. Okay, so I think now we have one of those puzzles where you have to go the right directions, the right times, in order to progress. So let's see. Can I move? Hello? Hi. I'm gonna leave you there. We can go north now this way. They're just chilling. Can I just say, by the way, these masks make it look like they're going, oh!
Yeah.
Like, it's real. It doesn't look like anything like that when you see them close up without the pixel art. You know what I mean? I guess it is all pixel art, but you know what I mean. They look totally different when they're in that design style.
Mm.
This is the house from the first game.
Yeah. Someone should fix that picture. And those ones. They're all wonky. And who decided to put them on the ceiling? That's silly.
Yeah. Someone should also, like, you know, like, just even them out a bit. They don't have to be at angles. It's weird.
Well, that's what I said.
I know. You said it was on the roof, though.
But it is!
Well, I mean, yes. But that's an artistic choice. Having them wonky, however, punishable by death. There's something inside the birdcage.
Okay.
It's some kind of root. It looks to have taken a human shape. It has boobies. Alright, let's keep exploring. I feel like this place could do with some light renovation work.
Just a lick of paint.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's in, like, some nightmare hellscape between worlds doesn't mean that it needs to be treated badly. There's something inside the cage, a shadow, staring at me with dead eyes.
Hello.
I can see something in it, no, through it, as though I was staring into a dark void. Off in some remote distance, colourful shapes flow in seemingly impossible patterns. Jeremiah DeVitt, Edward Street, 24th Westminster, London. Correct. I should cease stalling and send it, set the plan in motion. But what then? Lead my old friend through this dangerous journey? You're the one that triggered all this by sending the letters, okay? If you hadn't sent the letter to Jeremiah, none of this shit would have happened. The shadow is gone. Oh, was that what's-his-face? The guy who, you know, hung around a bit? There's something on the cage floor. A rusty key. I genuinely don't remember his name, by the way, at this point. Do you... So you've played this before, right? But do you actually remember anything?
No.
Okay, I was going to ask you if it's like going to get experimental and shit, because I'm not a big fan of that, but... If you don't know, you don't know. It's a ghost, bub. It's wearing a sheet. Look.
Oh, it's so spooky.
Hi.
Oh, it's a bug.
So many tests we needed to find it, but now that we have... The words of my father, so much has happened because of them. Alexander swears that this time we will succeed, that the Hoopoe will undo all our mistakes, free us from the terrible haunting gates. Can I just say something? So this is the lab place from the first game. The first chapter of the first game, and there's like the stuffed tiger there and shit like that, right? This room is not the same as it was in the first game. There's quite a lot of differences between it. It's like someone remodeled it from memory without looking at an actual picture of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a little bit.
But should we not accept the consequences of our actions? Yeah, this is really different. But not... It's like uncanny different. Alright, what else shall I look at? The tiger? I don't know. My faithful companion keeps many secrets with me over the long nights of research. This letter, vedete nequitiat. It will be enough. I think I've said that about 72 different times since the playthrough started, by the way, that sentence. I think it's time to send it. I'm just not sure what's the right thing to do. A small bird that managed to lead the others through the treacherous fog. Raymundus chose an apt name for the compound. All these books, their secret knowledge concealed for generations, waiting for some fool to unveil it again. So many tests we needed to find it, but now that we have I looked at that already?
Yes.
I don't remember. So much suffering, so many deaths, for what? What have we attained so far? I think I found all the things. Oh. The shadow has vanished. I wouldn't use the word shadow. I would have used writhing mass of, like, insectoid, like, leech-like quality. You know? I guess leeches aren't insects, are they?
No.
Because leeches, you need 6 legs to be an insect? What are you laughing at? I'm serious.
I don't know. I just don't think a leech is an insect, period.
Well, that's fine. But it's probably to do with their legs, because they don't have any.
Isn't a leech more like a slug?
Yeah.
Teeth?
There's probably a word for it that I don't know. Comment section will tell me, because they know everything in the world. Like, seriously, we can have any topic of conversation and ask anything, right? And we will always...
Oh, look, some jam.
Yeah. Hello, Jammykins. Having a good time. It's a gramophone. Let's listen to the slate disc on it. When I put the disc on the gramophone, it starts spinning on its own. Wait, is a melody coming from inside... inside the house?
Oh my god.
That's horrifying, Bubby.
That's unprecedented.
That's never happened in a horror game before. Oh god, that sounds awful. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is the wrong way, I think. Maybe not. Ooh. No, it's not the wrong way. We're going down here. Ooh. But yeah, this is just all a throwback to the original first level. It's the cat, look. There's a dead cat on the floor. I think it's rotting. Her eyes are missing.
Oh, that's awful.
There's something on the floor besides her mouth. Beside her mouth, not besides her mouth. Her mouth isn't on the floor. Golden key. God, I thought we were like trapped
I hope we're
here.
wearing good shoes.
Where'd you... Where did that come from?
Because you were walking quite a bit.
I mean, that's true. Oh. A lynx. I took it for a stuffed lynx at first, but I think it's actually made of wax.
I mean, that's a really big distinction not to make.
Oh, I accidentally broke off a piece of its mouth.
No, this is why you don't touch things.
So in the original puzzle, it was the golden key that opened this door.
Did the thing in our inventory move?
Was it iron before, did you say?
The hell did you just say?
My brain is... I'm sorry. My brain just shut. I thought you said it was an iron key instead of gold, and I was like, what?
No.
What did you say?
I said this is why we don't touch things.
I mean, that's fair. We did break the priceless statue. Hello. You are not worth of us anymore. There was barely any worth to begin with.
Well, that's rude.
Is this really the best option your supposedly brilliant mind could envision? I'm gonna be honest with that, I left him to it. A few meaningless words, a pathetic attempt your guilt-shattered conscience to remedy the situation, and then you hope to wash the blood from your hands with a cheap exit. Look upon yourself, Anthony. See what you've become. Witness your only true legacy.
Okay.
It's a pinata. Is that Mr. Beechworth? I see something through the shadow slowly taking form. I'm not sure why we're reliving his memories. Oh. Anna, sweetheart, how did this happen? Just in case it needs to be said, everyone, by the way, there's a link to the first part of this in the description, because there's 4 hours prior to this video, if you're confused as to what's going on. Because none of this would make any sense if you hadn't watched the first one. Too late. It's too late for us. But he can still choose. I have to warn him. Why is he doing the bendy stuff? That's so weird. There's something on the ground near where the masked person was standing. It's a fragment of... Hang on, there was a masked person here? I don't even remember being here. What the fuck? Bye-bye. I don't like this.
It's a bit spooky dooky.
They're standing at strange angles. Look at them.
Yeah.
That's weird. Just at least stand upright. Don't just like be like, oh, I'm going to stand at 90 degrees. This is just what I can do. Oh, oh, oh. I don't remember this place at all. Shadows linger in Zathiel, like insects trapped in a cobweb. At its center, the spider lies in wait. What a lovely place. Another house, baby? Oh my god. The shadow of a child is sitting in the corner, shaking in terror.
I don't know, it looks like he's doing a fun little dance.
It does look like he's having a great time. Like a tap dancing routine, maybe. As if peering through a keyhole, I can see things moving in the darkness. I like the style, but those themes. Does Lena approve of this kind of art? You've not lost your sense of humour, Alexander. Even after what happened, do you not recall that sight? I would erase the memory if I could. I find painting it makes it a lot easier to bear. So he's painting what he saw on the other side. It looks like nothing. Okay, can I tell a quick story?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
So when I was a bubba, I say a bubba, I was like in nursery school, which is pre 5 years old, so I must have been like 4 years old. I have a vivid memory of this, though. We had to draw a painting of one of our classmates. We went to paint like a portrait of one of our classmates, right? And I fucked up mine so bad that I ended up just grabbing a big fucking brush covered in brown paint, painting the entire piece of paper brown, and said, "This is a close-up of a potato." I got in trouble.
Okay.
I have this vivid memory. That reminded me of it, that drawing there.
Okay. Why did you feel the need to substitute the Why didn't you just have a bad portrait? Or ask to do it again?
I'm not entirely sure, I'm going to be honest with you.
You just panicked. And, well, you know what? Actually, knowing you now as an adult, that makes a lot of sense. You happen to do that quite a bit. Not necessarily painting everything brown and calling it a potato. I mean more... Here's something that is actually not that deep and it doesn't need a big thing, but you make it into a big thing and you make the situation a lot worse than it has to be.
I deserved praise from a creative direction, okay? That's what I deserved, alright? I'm a genius, baby. I could have been the next Da Vinci, but I was put off by my teacher telling me off about the potato. I might have said it was a mouldy potato, actually, because the paint, like, blended in, like, with the other paint that I'd already put on there pretty badly.
I think maybe the reason you got in trouble is they might have thought you were... Well, they might have just been little, assholes. But they might have also, potentially, giving them, like, a nice benefit of the doubt, thought you were making fun of the other kid.
I really wasn't. I wasn't. I don't know if I was a nomkin back then, but, I really wasn't. I was just incompetent. Anyway, I guess we'll move on.
Did you even read that dialogue?
Don't know. Listen, Ashton, what if I told you I found a way of crossing over safely?
Okay.
That would be a massive lie, considering we saw your, body absolutely fucked back in your house. You're so silly, Bubby. He's just lying. He's just lying, Bubby. He's just like, no. Gonna lie? Don't care? One thing I don't like about this section, by the way, is you can't, what's this? Oh, a cave? Oh, it's the piano.
Oh my god.
A grand piano, it's missing the key. Huh. So we need to find a key somewhere for this one. What else is here?
Lots of sand.
A giant mirror? Yeah, there is a giant mirror. Oh, I don't like this. This guy's face, he's like, oh my god, I'm a grumpkin.
It's melting.
Yeah? Alright, what's in here? This is where the piano is. Oh, the piano key might be here, you see. Hi, guys. Don't mind me. A grand piano is missing most of the keys. It looks like a piano key. Huzzah! Maybe we solved the puzzle with genius.
Huzzah.
Actually, have we been in the mirror house on this side too? We should probably check that out. There's a lot of bum things here. Like bum statues, bum tings, places where dolls sleep. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Oh, another oh, what? This one's... Look at that. That's the Michael Jackson there. What is this? Shapes are forming through the shadow. I cannot look away. I must see. It's adorable.
I wouldn't call it adorable.
They dance so normally, Bobby. His name is Professor Wright. Right, yes, I recently had an occasion to meet a disciple of his. He referred to himself as a psychotherapist. I love the way he says that, by the way, because he doesn't know the word. A psychotherapist. I had the impression that Wright's methods are closely resembling those of my trade, when those of yours. He's eccentric indeed, but I think his thesis may be proven correct. If so, we might have found a way of reaching the threshold without attracting the attention of the custodian. A shortcut, you might say. A shortcut through the veil. The problem is the method itself. It has some unusual requirements, and we would need a man of great sensitivity who knows the peril of reaching the door.
Is this just a big trap?
Maybe. It potentially is, yeah, from what we can tell right now. Oh, I think I missed something in there. Hang on. Yeah, there's this. Gotta grab this, Bubba. Looks like some sheet music. There is something wrong with the sheet music. Still, we took it anyway.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Let's have a look, actually. It's backwards.
How can you tell?
Because I know how to read sheet music. I don't really know how to say it. If you didn't know how to read sheet music, you wouldn't notice that was backwards. It's in the treble clef as well, baby. Isn't that exciting?
Sure.
Okay, I'm assuming we used the piano key. When it said key, by the way, I thought it was the key to unlock the top of it. The key fits perfectly, but they meant an actual key. The melody seems simple enough. I think I can manage to play it. Okay. So, this is actually a puzzle where you have to play proper music, which is quite rare. As it's backwards, there's a certain fiddliness to this, but it should be... And then just this? Yep. As I suspected, it's a melody I heard at Wright's mansion. What's that? It's coming from another place. That was a really easy puzzle, Bubba.
Yeah, all the lines were connected.
Yeah. I guess we'll go back? Oh, I got a trophy for getting that right first time as well. Performer. Is it coming from in here? Oh, hi!
Hello. Look like you're having a good time.
A terrifying shape looms the piano once stood. It's being pulled on threads like some monstrous puppet. The threads converge on a distant point. Something is taking form there in the darkness. It's our old classroom, but the shadow who... This is not possible. The shape's beyond the light. We're just seeing a bunch of visions.
Yeah.
My fingers. No, do not come any closer. My hand, my hand. He's probably fine. Apparently that's one of my most said sentences, by the way, in playthroughs.
I would have thought it was, you know what I mean.
I don't say that anymore. You just made this the first of that in this playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
There's something on the ground near where the masked person was lying. We got, Oh, you see the peeker? He's peeking on the left.
Oh my god.
It's a fragment of a broken mask. I guess we're collecting mask bits. Alright, I think I found the right way, Bubba.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so amazing. See? This is new. Oh my god. I think we say oh my god a lot now I think about it, actually.
Yeah.
Oh! Hi! A tall figure stands in the woods. I might have taken it for a tree were it not breathing heavily. Inside I can see things near the threshold getting closer and closer.
No, I don't want to get closer, thank you.
After what happened to Father Glynn, I think they will shut down the school. Nah, well they kind of did, but they also left it for him to kill loads of people.
Yeah.
Anthony, that thing we saw, I don't know what it was. But what about your father's diary? Myths, legends, superstitions with no basis in scientific observation. Anthony, talk to us. Alright. My father discovered several ancient myths pertaining to the Vale. They come from a variety of cultures and hence take many different forms, but they all say something similar about what resides near the threshold. Oh, I guess that's why on that island they had, like, different lore behind it? That's actually interesting. An ancient being that sleeps within the fog, protecting the door from intruders, a vengeful custodian. But no matter, at any rate, my serum was a failure. We got but a glimpse of what exists out there, nothing conclusive. But what if the serum had worked? I don't know, as I said, I have no data. But those myths, what do they say? Those tales, they all say that if any intruder got too close and was discovered by what sleeps in the fog, then the custodian would be relentless. He would pursue the intruders and destroy them, wherever they might hide. There would be a few ways to protect themselves from its rage. Okay, so I think this is... Let me just have a quick look at this. We already looked at this, right? Yeah. Okay. We gotta go the right ways and hope that things gradually pan out. Okay, so I think we navigated the forest, Ms. Bubba. Back to find out. Hey-o! Is this David? A shadow strongly resembling my patient stands in the clearing. I can see through it just like the shadows. 4 men are making careful preparations. I know not what for. Yes, you do! You've seen so much so far! I know what you're looking for, and I feel like I probably have less understanding than you do. This Captain Skidd. David, you certain that he can guide us safely through the fog? His results are extraordinary, Anthony. It's the best chance we have of avoiding the gaze of the custodian. There can be no doubt the captain survived an encounter before. He even kept a companion from harm. We finally see what lies beyond the curtain. Ah, it is time. Why do they have to wear such weird masks? Why can't they do like happy clown masks or something?
That'd be even weirder.
I'm not sure. Okay. There's got to be something around here now, surely. Oh, there's ruins here, look. Oh, and there's our bird. For the first time we've ever seen it, I think, like, embodied in some way. A huge statue of a mythical creature. It's bird with the head of a wolf, or is it a lion? Lovely. It's like a chimera.
It's always fun. Those, like, medieval things where you're just like, what am I looking at?
Let's just cram a bunch of animals together. So this game...
wonder... Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
The game has multiple endings, by the way. We'll only be able to get one. An enormous black feather. Despite its size, extraordinary lightweight. Holy shit, that's directly from our birdie, Bubba.
I wouldn't go back.
What's that noise? Something's out there and it's getting closer. Yeah, I'd probably leave. Here we go. Oh my god, it's it! Finally! I'm gonna be honest with you. They were super freaked out by that. It's rookie. It's rookie scary, okay? That thing is responsible for everything that's happened. Is he asleep? He is now. It's been so long, I began to lose hope that he would ever awaken. Were you able to speak with him? Anthony Vitvit has forgotten everything. Everything. Good heavens. It may be for the best. Our research is likely to take some time. If he truly has amnesia, his condition will protect him until we are ready. But should we fail, remember what happened to Hugo. Ashdan entered the Vale in full knowledge of what might happen, and we will succeed where Wright failed. We will use the serum to induce primal terror in the controlled environment. In one stroke, we shall overcome all our obstacles. But when the time comes, we have a means of guiding our dear friend back to us.
Oh, okay.
I guess it makes sense. There, he will be safe. I'm not even really... I know these people are, like, monsters doing horrible shit, right? But I'm not really sure why. Other than, like, because they're, like, bored.
I mean, yeah, they're just a
They're rich and bored.
They're rich and bored. That's basically
Like, let's summon a crow demon. Why not? Something to do. It's a fragment of a broken mask. Well, I think we're going to combine this all. It's a piece of a Greek tragedy. Is that what they're meant to be? They look nothing like it. Okay, an eyeless mask. It's similar to the one I found in Alexander's safe house in London.
Okay.
Can we put this on? Yeah. Mask is eyeless. I cannot see a thing. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Let's keep going. We need to go back, I think, to where we found the poster. Absolutely no idea where that is, by the way, so that's going to be a fun experience. This is the house, so I think actually it might be to the right here. We'll be back when we find where we need to go. Alright. This is where we needed to go, and it said darkness will guide the way, so I guess we have to put the mask on and something will happen. There we go. Boom.
How are we not running into Everton?
It'd be really funny if he was like falling over and shit. Oh, hi, Dupree. How's it going? Welcome, Dr. Wakefield. Alexander Dupree? Yes, I've been waiting for you. We all have. How did I get to this place? I was in that pit in Ellis Moore and suddenly I found David, but he disappeared. I journeyed through the fog and found myself here, but how is this possible? Ellis Moore. I do not know that name. Many paths in our world lead to this place. Dr. Wakefield, and I mean only a few. In some of Zalathar's mirrors you see the truth leaking into our world, and in others you see yourself. I knew he would reach us at last. He was certain of it. He? The first founder of the Order, the Artifacts. Do you not yet know his name? I actually don't know his name. Is it... Hugo Ashdown was at HA. Do you mean it's the Ashdown? No, Hugo came here long before the rest of us, but he made a terrible mistake. He peered into his own truth and he was transformed. Alright, Jeremiah DeWitt. Truth can be hard to accept. Yes, Jeremiah gathered us all here under the same rules. So the main guy from the last game was the main baddie.
Okay.
Videte ne quisat. See that no one knows. We knew of the final truth which lay beyond the threshold. This is what the playwright was committed to finding. This was Jeremiah's obsession. The first language which is said to grant the power of creation. After our experiment at school, we realized that the path of the Ancient Ones was watched by a fearsome guardian. We needed a way to circumvent the inexorable gaze of the bird. I found Captain Skidd, who'd met the bird and lived. We decided to use him in a test. It was a catastrophe. We eventually found the survivors, but their memories were incomplete. Jeremiah had fared the worst. He'd been left devoid of any memories that were related to our efforts. We were desperate to find a solution. Hugo tried and failed, and then Antony and I miraculously came across a formula that had lain forgotten for centuries. At last, it was time to bring Jeremiah back into our ranks. That was nearly a disaster as well. I did not anticipate Antony's sudden madness, or the extent of Father Ernest's decline. Mercifully, Jeremiah's life was spared, but something else was wrong. When Jeremiah reached me, he did not remember everything. He changed. He told me that he was going to put an end to all this. He still means to acquire the first language, but he wants to use it to ruin our work. He's already crossed the threshold. Once he learns the final truth, none of this will have ever existed. The Order, the door, or ourselves. You must stop him, Doctor. You must stop him before the curtain closes forever. Do we go behind or do we stay?
Well, which one?
We're gonna go and save him. Fuck it. I got the trophy, saved DeWitt's life. I don't know why, he's such a prick. Once more, I found myself enshrouded in dense fog. Gradually, the fog dissipated, revealing a busy street in London. Dizzy and exhausted, I wandered the streets until, at last, I returned home. Who are we now? We DeWitt? I barely recognized it. I crossed the dusty threshold like an intruder. I noticed for the first time that I was holding the robe of the playwright in my hand. I kindled a fire and threw the robe into the flames. As I watched it burn, I remembered the black ocean. I stood there on the beach, staring at the terrifying heights of the vertiginous Mount Quaff, where the verb is said to lie. What the fuck is going on? That was just a word salad. Then someone touched my arm. It was Dr. Wakefield. Our encounter on the endless dunes had not been an illusion. In his quest to find me, he had ventured into the Vale itself. He said nothing, but it was not necessary. He had come to take my place, to sacrifice himself. I never agreed to this shit, by the way, as Dr. Wakefield. He stayed behind and closed the door after giving me the chance to escape. His reasons, I will never know. It's because he's a secondary character. I do not know what happened to Alexander and the others, but I fear that they are trapped in Zlai for all time. I stared at the endless rain splattering against the window, and I remembered that I had something else to do. A last promise to keep. Videte ne qui siat. There is one more mini episode, by the way, after this. Alright, before we watch the extra cutscene, which is like a post-credit thing, give me your thoughts, Bebe. Do you have less fond memories of it this time round than you did before?
Yeah, I mean, I remember being really into the first one, and I'm pretty sure I did play the second one, but I did not remember anything about the second one, really, other than like one or two little anecdotes.
I didn't own it, so I can't have played it.
So I guess it's a little bit disappointing. It's not one of those games where you play it back and you're like filled with nostalgia, at least for me. This doesn't give me the same vibes as like replaying something like Fatal Frame.
Yeah. For
instance. So it's all right. I don't think it's aged particularly well. I do think that it does a lot of things right. I enjoy that. Even with the limitation in the graphics, it's done really well. Like,
it's good atmosphere still.
It's really good atmosphere still, even though it's so limited. And I guess the story was okay.
It's not great, is it? It kind of derails by the end. The last chapter feels like, oh, we have to do something.
Yeah. It could have been better.
Yeah, I mean, it's not awful.
It's not the worst thing we've ever played, but it definitely could have been better.
It's above average. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. It has good music. It has some good moments, and I like the style of it, but it's unremarkable. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's not bad. I'd say it's above average just in the overall quality, but it's still not the best.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Anyway, let's have a look at this mini-sode anyway that comes after. It's called The Mask with No Eyes. I don't actually know if it's included with this. We'll find out. Well, we're also going to stare at the screen for a while, apparently, because I can't click off it, and I think something's happening, but I can't tell.
Well, I hear things.
Yeah, there's Pete's. There's inside Pete's, Bubby, or outside Pete's, one or the other. Okay. A lovely beach. Oh. Is it under extras? Yeah, the mask with no eyes. Here we go. So this is like the conclusion. The inner circle is gathered once again. A whole cycle has passed since the last playwright traveled to the land of shadows and fog. Now the mask with no eyes has chosen a new bearer.
Oh, well then.
The path between worlds will be visited once again. You can't stop rich, bored people. And the veil upon human eyes shall be lifted forever. They literally have no other reason to do this. They're just like, well, the playwright meets now. It's either this or opium. The custodian of the threshold. Alright, I guess we're the custodian here, in the little rabbit outfit. An ancient being guards the door of mist. May the playwright take its light and stand by its watch unnoticed. Alright. I think we need to go and get the... here we are. Should we be falling over in this stupid eyeless mask?
We should.
Full wisp of fog shall reveal the truth. And I think we have to do this, unfortunately for them. Burn these things around him. The boreal embers brighten the dark sky. God, they get so excited. Look at them.
Yeah, you know. This is what they do on their Friday nights.
Yeah, the fire is auriferous, glows in the dark ocean. See you next week, Bob. Same time. Yeah. The fire of dawn scorches through the barren desert.
Do you think they have rehearsals for the little...
They probably do, like a dress rehearsal or something. Yeah. The astral flame shines within the dark forest. You've got to get used to walking in the mask. The playwright will stand in the center. And the curtain will be drawn at last.
Man, I wish I had enough money that I was bored. So I would have that much.
And then its eyes were open. Well, that's it. I guess the cycle repeats itself all over again. Yep. Anyway, we're done. Thank you again to Zibrat for sponsoring this playthrough. We really appreciate that. Guys, we would love another sponsor right now. Consider going to our Patreon and pledging on that sponsorship tier. It allows you to choose a game for us to play. Go and look at the details over there. You can also DM me if you have any questions. Obviously, it's no sort for everyone. Consider supporting us there regardless on any of the tiers. $5 or more lets you vote and nominate on playthroughs and get really involved in our community. At the time of recording, we only need 3 more subs to hit our goal of Sanitarium for the month, and that will be amazing to hit. Go pledge, go be nom. Lots of cool stuff there. Thank you for listening. Oh my god. Anything you want to say, Numkin?
What should they watch next?
They should watch a good Lovecraft game. I recommend the playthroughs of The Sinking City and The Shore on this channel. I think they're still the 2 best Lovecraft games out there. The Shore, just for its visceral interpretation of the Lovecraftian creatures. You never get to really see them as much as you do in that game. And I think The Sinking City is probably the best overall Lovecraft experience out there, even if you're not seeing Cthulhu walking around everywhere like you are in The Shore. It's good shit.